What up, what up, what up? How is everyone doing today? Oh, we have a lot of story to get through today in Arknights, Grinning Valley. We have a lot. Hello, Eggy Egg, how is it going? Alright, let's unmute this. Boom. Of course she's talking. Ah! Boom. Alright, so we have basically completed all of To the Grinning Valley. Actually, yeah, we have basically completed everything. We just have the story to go, of which we completed the Warmies bit yesterday. So now we're on to her friend's storyline. I actually forget her name. Anna? Lana? Was it Lana? Alana. I think it was Lana. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Ray just like held up the truck that they were in. But we will find out shortly. Let me just have a look. Do I have anything to roll? I don't. I'm incredibly poor. Imagine only having 70. Oof. Oof. I've been too busy to watch anything, playing ZZZ for almost all week. Oh my god. Dude, you've gone hard in that game. I do want to kind of give that game another go. How have you been finding it, actually? Because I stopped at level 8, I think. Like, overall account level 8. I do want to get back into it, though, and get to at least level 10 to try out the new modes that unlock at level 10. But yeah, interested to hear your thoughts on it. Alright. I think it's way better than MiHoYo's other stuff. Ooh, that's a big claim, man. Better than Genshin? Better than Star Rail? Better than Honkai Impact 3rd? Okay, Honkai Impact 3rd's a little bit old now, but still. Oh, let me get this cable out of here. There we go. Cool. All right, one-way tracks. Let's get into it. I just don't like open world cookie cutter anime stuff. Yeah, I'll be honest with you, I'm not too big a fan of open world. Not even like the anime stuff, just open worlds in general I'm not a huge fan of. I prefer a story that is like down a straight track. And I guess, yeah, that's ZZZ, right? You just have a track that it's just telling you the story. This is a very charming and fun game in its style and presentation. Yeah, dude. It oozes style. Like, even in its animation, everything's just so bouncy. They really did put a lot of effort into it. Yeah. All right. Oh, these are those, are they called? No, I forget what these are called. They're not everywhere in Australia, but I do know these things. They're weird. All right, a long and narrow strip of dust rises up from the sand, burying any tracks we've left. A scene I've seen too many times to count. They call me Alana of the Barren Lands, but I'm defo not no unstoppable sandstorm, just a tumbleweed that stops and goes. My bets with the workers are a stage for me to perform on, and my passengers' adventures are just more bragging fodder for me. But are those really my stories to tell? The lone vehicle sails across the land, over the ashen yellow desert sand, and under the dazzling golden sun. It deviates from its usual path. What is it looking for? What is it running from? Well, what am I looking for? What am I running from? Hey Ghost, how's it going? I don't dislike anime stuff in general, it's just that the other games kind of look like each other a lot. Agree. Yes, I do agree. Especially, yeah, actually all three of their games, their previous games, Impact 3rd, Genshin, and Star Rail, all their characters follow a very similar Hoyo character design. Looks like you just started your stream. I did. I was a little bit later starting today because I had to cook some food. But I am here now. And the food was delicious. Weather's pretty good. You can even see the Originium clusters in the distance. Reckon we'll reach our destination without a hitch. quiet again. Nothing you want to say? I've never met a passenger as boring as you in all my time as a driver. What did you say? Ah, never mind. Hey, don't keep that thing down, why don't you? What are you doing? I just wanted to open the window for some fresh air. That's all, I promise. All right. Can you, get your big buddy away from my head first? We can talk this through. Yeah, I'm assuming this is Ray and she's finally got herself a, one of those weird pets. Yeah. Oh, wait, did she steal the pet? I wonder. She probably did. Seeing as she's stealing this truck now. Also, I got really lucky. I am only missing 4 S ranks and I have the limited girl. Wait, you already have the limited shark? Bro. I still have my 100 rolls, actually. You know what, Eggy Egg? When I go back to ZZZ, I'm going to dump my 100 rolls if I can. I'm not sure if it's different roll types. But if I can, I'm dumping them on her. I can't see others' comments. Why? It's because I stream on 2 platforms, Ghost. So Eggy Egg is talking to me on YouTube, and you are on Twitch at the moment. Yeah, I don't... I'm not sure if I can combine the chats, but yeah. Did you pull Ray? I did not. I did not. I have 5 more pulls that I want to do to get the 10. Like the guaranteed 5-star at 10. So I have 5 more pulls to get to that, but then I have to save. I have to save, otherwise I'm not going to have enough currency for, I'm not going to have enough currency for Wizardell when she eventually comes. And I definitely want her. Continue towards the Grinning Valley, and I won't hurt you. Telling me that after hijacking my ute and pointing this toy cannon at my face. What's even in that thing? Custom bolts. Infected creatures are afraid of them. I was hoping you'd say carrots or lollies instead. Well, no worries. I'm no infected creature, so I probably shouldn't find it too scary. But if you insist on keeping it pointed at my head... If you pull the trigger, big if here. If I croak, what's going to happen to the truck? I can drive it. Can you now? It's going to spin out of control by the time you get your moley on the lever. A moley? It'll charge straight into a cliff or crash into one of those originium clusters. And then... boom. Fine, even if you can drive and the truck doesn't go topsy-turvy. Kill me if you want, but what about the other passengers? Or that guy? What about Zalek? I gave everyone the chance to hop off, but no one took it. I just need the vehicle. Did you find it strange why he didn't leave? I'd be worried if I were you. A hit-and-run tearaway, an unlucky fella fed up with his job. Or maybe he's an undercover copper on your trail. Don't let all that trembling and shaking fool you. He might be hiding some real skills under his sleeve. God, as soon as they went, like, did undercover copper, it's like my natural Australian accent just like went higher into Australian. I was like, oh yeah, here we go. I think there's a bot that posts YouTube and Twitch chat into each other. Yeah, I need to look into that. I think that's a good idea, a very good idea. I see you've moved over to YouTube. Nice. Don't let me try and think. Alright. Everyone's hiding a secret or two, yeah? Nah? Yeah, nah? Nah, yeah. And if you're wondering why I'm still here, as a company girl, I have to keep their property safe. This ute's been with me for an awful long time, so emotional logic-wise, I can't just give her up to a rando blow-in. This should have... Wait, why is it going so slow? This should have been its... Right, it's on its way to be reborn. Whoa, now it's going fast. What? It should have gone for Iron Carrot City, where millions of ore chunks go every day. The passengers would salute it when it entered the motor pool. There to be remodeled into a newer, cooler version. Install a tunnel boring module, for example, so it can head straight underground the next time a catastrophe warning sounds. Oh, that's a cool strat. So you just tunnel into the ground and then you're protected from a catastrophe. Huh. Huh. I gotta thank you on behalf of my ute. The new life we were about to find in Carrots is all gone. Couldn't have done it without you, mate. You talk so much and so fast. Real bonzer. A new life. What's that about? Isn't life the same everywhere? There's nothing new or old to it, or different. Fine, maybe you're right. You know, even having my head suddenly up against some stranger's weapon isn't anything new to me. Maybe that's something to be sad about. The truck jacker slowly lowers the giant crossbow. Why'd you respond to that, of all things? Whatever. I guess you do have some humanity in there. Though, even if you want this for your own free charter, you've got to be a bit more polite. That's how you'll make us, the people you've dragged into this, happier to cooperate with you. I didn't want to involve anyone else. I asked around and there shouldn't have been any passengers this time. I get it, you've been planning this for a while, huh? But you're bound to have a surprise or two, even if your crime's nice and premeditated. Fine, let's just say my beat-up ute and I hit the jackpot. When we get there, everyone's free to go. I'll pay you too. Wowee, sure hope so. And for your private charter, we'll first go to the Grinning Valley, but you have to make sure everyone here is safe and enough raising your crossbow willy-nilly. Alright. Good then, Jacker. Just sit tight and enjoy the view on the way to your stop. Huh. You had to skip because there's too much to pull for. Shoe is in 2 weeks. Yeah, Shoe's coming out too. Dude, it's just an insane lineup of characters that are coming out in the next 3-4 months. It's Shoe, it's Ella. Ella, I think it said? Yeah, Ella, Ascalon, Wizardell, and then I think you can get her too. And then big spoilers as well coming up after that. At some point in time, the truck gradually begins to slow down before coming to a halt. It enters a checkpoint, joining the other vehicles waiting to clear, one after the other. The truck inches forward bit by bit, every time the other trucks go through the gates. Alana used to hate this part, but now she wants the traffic jam to go on for as long as possible, because this way, she can be even more certain that she'll get her off-course truck back. Crowded. Probably just another international entrepreneur clearing the raw materials out of the nearby mines. They must be working overtime to deliver the goods. They spill money like water and make us road warriors suffer. I love it. I love how they actually call themselves road warriors. Hypergriff definitely watched Mad Max when they were doing this. Why not go another way? This road is so congested. We have to go through Green Meadow if we want to get to the Grinning Valley. No choice. But they don't really check much. Just collect the toll and register a name. Alright. The truck behind needs to hurry up. Good, that's it. Now we've got no way out. The truck jacker leaves her seat, walking down the narrow corridor as if to confirm the conditions outside, and returns after a moment. Oh my god, I forgot about Logos. Logos as well, jeez. On her way back, the sound of her footsteps sends Alana's heartbeat racing. You know who's going to come out after all this? It's going to be that Lich. I love the Lich's design, the female Lich. I'm forgetting her name at the moment, but she's so cool. On her way back, the sound of her footsteps sends Alana's heartbeat racing. Alana can only see the truck jacker's hand gripping her crossbow through the rearview mirror. The figure, draped in olive shades, covers all the junk reflected in the mirror before appearing in her peripheral vision and sitting next to Alana once more. Her expression and body language show a sense of calm. The subtle noise of her clothes brushing the leather seat happens to bury Alana's thumping heartbeats. What's up? Nothing. She seems not onto me. Phew. There's no way this is the only route to the Grinning Valley. The road is the shortest one, but you have to go through inspections. I'll get a chance to call for help as long as I can talk to the inspector. I reckon she and her crossbow won't match up to well-trained security stationed here. It looks like a catastrophe. Huh? Those vehicles all seem to be avoiding a catastrophe. Or maybe some other bad thing. Why's that? How do you figure? The scratches on their exteriors are from infected creatures. And there's some dust. It's just a little, but I can see the particles. And the expressions of the people inside the cars too. The mine workers tend to have similar looks on their faces after an accident. The same kind of impatience and unease when they don't know where to go. Hold up. I'll go ask. Is she getting out of the truck? Wait, how is she allowed to get out of the truck? Hey, bruv. Old bloke in the slag truck. Bruv? Actually, no. You know what? I was about to say, that's not really Australia. No, it is. It definitely is. What's with the road being chockers today? Dude, I love it. I love it. This is like, I don't know if you guys played it too. I think it was a Soy Sister arc. I think it was Ling's arc where Cruz and Black Knight met each other and they just started speaking absolute Australian to each other. It was great. You didn't come from Double Helmet Mine, did you? Nah, mate. Rustreg Town. Double Helmet? I remember a group of guys raving about mining some new place with a ton of minerals a while back. There was an accident. Some unstable originium blew the mine inside out, and now no one can stay there anymore. Ah, bloody hell. So you escaped. How are the others doing? The driver suddenly coughs violently, and Alana notices his face is unusually pale. Oh no, he's going to be infected. Yes, Eggy Egg, Ermengarde. Dude, Ermengarde is such a sick character. She has to become playable eventually, man. Surely. You don't make a fire design like that. And it's a pretty simple design, honestly. But it's still just a great design. Them, well, they'll have to count on their own luck. I just hope my wife and kid are lucky enough. Most of the vehicles here are probably the same as me. No home to return to. We can only stay elsewhere until they finish cleaning up the site. Alana turns back for a look. The truck jacker is gazing out the side window with a calm look on her face. What's wrong? Nothing. They're coming. What? The grabbers. They're gonna board the truck. Who? Not a soul in sight headed our way. Alana follows the truck jacker's line of sight and finally realizes what she was referring to. A group of security officers at the checkpoint are chatting with the driver in front, while another group enters the vehicle with protective gear with violent intent. Oh no. They're gonna rip out the people that are infected. Oh, Warmie's infected. Uh-oh. Soon after, they drag the driver out of the car. His sleeves are cut open with blood flowing from the exposed originium crystals on his arms. Yikes. And that's fresh. That when it's like this, right, that's freshly exposed, right? They've only just become infected. Ugh. Alana suddenly feels inexplicably uneasy. They're searching for infected. Oh. In the truck's tiny tool room, little Potlid is keeping her word. That Cordis hijacker lady is so weird, but she and Lance are looking pretty chummy. She really hijacked the truck? Oh, I get it. Lance is so powerful she can turn anyone into a friend. Look, the monitor on the little terminal. Seems like she doesn't want to hurt anyone. Then, are we going back to our route? Can we postpone the truck's retirement? I don't know. Huh? What's wrong? Just out of the blue here, but Why are you in here with me too, mister? This is a secret room, closed to the public. Well, I got a little scared. No, not a little. I'm really scared. This is my first hijacking. I just hurried to the first door I saw. Can you let me stay here, kiddo? Look, I'll squeeze myself into this corner and won't take up too much space. And I won't disturb your work either. Ah. Okay, sure, but if you're scared, then why didn't you get off the truck before? I don't know myself. Scared is one thing, but deep inside, I also felt a sudden relief. Like I might run into something even scarier if I got off the truck. I also want this truck to go as far and as long as it can. Why didn't you get off? Me? Why would I? Lance is still here, so there's no way I could leave her on her own. Lance? You're referring to the truck driver, right? Are you two family, or... Family? I don't know. I left home so long ago. Lance is a little like Daddy and also Mummy, and the miners too. If she's like everyone, then it also means she isn't like any of them at all either, right? Lance is Lance. She made a bet with her friends and I'm their chip. Wait, what? Was she like a slave or something beforehand? She made a bet with her friends and I'm their chip. Oh. So, we can't be family, right? We just live together. We've always been living together on this truck. The exit is right before our eyes, but the gates lie shut, blocking the vehicle. A few security officers walk to the cab and knock on the window. Alana hesitates for a moment, but gets out of the truck anyway. What's up, mate? Routine inspection. Do you have to inspect public transport vehicles too? Look, here's my operating license. Special circumstances, please cooperate. Nah, that can't be right. There were so many trucks in front of us just now, but you let them all go through. Now you stop us when it's my turn. Crikey, bloody luck's off the charts today, but with all these nice things happening to me. Sir, don't bother with her. I just checked the vehicle's identification number, and they come from Big Pillar. You know, they've got tons of messily managed mines over there, and they don't standardize safety procedures either. Lots of infected. Your vehicle ID isn't from Green Meadow, and we inspect all vehicles from out of town. And what if I refuse? Then our well-equipped security will politely ask you out of your truck for a more in-depth investigation at our office. We might lock you up for a few days or months, confiscate your vehicle, revoke your license, and hit you with a nasty fine. The specific steps we'll take will depend on how long you decide to keep messing with me. Mate, ain't this a bit much? I've been driving for years and passed a lot of checkpoints, but this is a first. The security officers raise their crossbows at Alana. Fine. Only the driver has to cooperate with the inspection, yeah? Everybody else here is passengers. Passengers? Yeah, they're all... At this point, Alana turns back, looking toward the passenger cabin's open door and the situation within. Is she not there anymore? Oh, Potlid's good, hiding good. But what about that Zalak? And the Jacker, wait. Why is she loading her crossbow? Uh-oh, she's preparing to fight. She's a passenger, bought a ticket. But the equipment you've got on hand looks like it's out of regs. All the checkpoints I've been through, this is the first time I've seen anyone checking infection status. If the passenger isn't willing to get checked, you'll put me in a spot of trouble. If she complains to the operating company... Enough with you, Guff. We're coming on board. The way Ray and Warmy speak makes me a little bit uncomfortable. Is it because of the Australian? The absolute Australian of it? The party of passengers sit next to one another with an oropathy screening device each on their hands. Alana is more worried about the others than herself. Potlid dips her head down, staring blankly at the device's progress bar. The truck jacker looks at the security officer sitting across from her, through the open door and at every corner of the checkpoint. The Zalak, who was unwilling to get off the truck earlier, is seated a short distance away from her, his legs shaking. No, because I am. Oh. Now what's with these two in a hidden compartment? Did you know they were on board? Of course I did. And you deliberately hid them from us. You lot gave me such a fright with your fierce mugs, I forgot to mention them. Huh, I'm sure we can talk this out. Whose device was that? Oh, is Ray gonna, knock them out? No, Potlid. Warmy, no! What should I do? What will Lance do? A single bead of sweat trickles down Alana's cheek. The security officers do not look the least bit accommodating as they surround them. Looks like things are about to get tougher. She needs to figure out a solution to this predicament, and quick, or else. Well, sir? Dear sir, this passenger here, she's just a little kid. She's come here to Green Meadow, to your prefecture to look for her dad. I hear her father works in a smelting plant and it's been about a year since she's been home. The walls and gates at this checkpoint, and even the materials used in these testing devices, might have been the fruits of his labor. This tiny Cordis, she only gets one ride every 2, maybe 3 months, just to see her hard-working father. She's a regular rider on our truck, and this has never happened before. Everyone usually just breezes right through here. With all due respect, sir, would you make things difficult for such a poor little girl who misses her daddy so very much? There's been a flood of evacuees here from the double helmet mine disaster. Our superiors expect us to tamp down the influx of infected here. This is not about making things difficult. We're just doing our job. Get moving. Wait, they're letting us through? Oh. I saw it last night, Alana, clear as day. That kid you've kept hiding in your truck for the last 2 years. She's infected. No wonder you never bring her to see us. You bloody clown. Going all the way just for a dumb bet. Your damn stubborn competitiveness and bottomless pride. I always said you'd drag yourself into trouble like that, taking some others down with you. Wait. Mr. Inspector, sir, we'll head right out of here, straight back where we came from, right away. What did you say? The checkpoint's our jurisdiction too, so you still have to comply with us even if you don't intend to cross. Sir, I'll pay the toll here, or even an additional fine, or just impound the ute and even drag me away. I'll cooperate with your investigation. I'm begging you, just let the kid go, please. Potlid has never seen Alana with such an expression. In their time together, Alana has always been brave, fearless, and one might even say anarchic? Why do I feel like I should know this word? Anarchic. Anarchic? Is this meant to be archaic? Anarchic. Hold up, this word's confusing me. What is this? Anarchic. Anarchic, with no controlling rules or principles to give order. Isn't this archaic? Anarchic. Okay. I've never heard this word before. She makes funny faces, blows up her past experiences, and explodes into laughter without a care for her own image. But now she's pleading with the officers in such an unbecoming way. For Potlid's sake. Take her away. No, Lance. It's okay. Don't. You don't have to see me off. I'm just stepping out for a second. I'll come find you in a bit, Lance. Oh no. No, Warmy, no. Any other infected? This one too. Then she goes too. Oh no, is that Ray? Is Ray infected? Where is she? A crossbow bolt flies out, interrupting the security officers preparing to board and inspect the vehicle. A flurry of additional bolts follows up, forcing them to retreat. What? The purple-haired woman, get her! Yes, sir. A punch, a kick, a crossbow slam. A few officers knocked down with grimaces on their faces. Another volley of bolts rips through their clothes and pins them to the ground. The truck jacker steps over the messy pile of limbs until she reaches Potlid. Let's go. What? Alrighty. Wait, you haven't... Haven't... No, nothing. Get the ute started. What's the matter? Back in the truck, let's go. God, I didn't turn her in. Right, what about you? Your device didn't beep, did it? Why did you hop off? Me? I'm a little scared. So, wherever you lot go, I'll follow. You're not going anywhere. The officer grabs the Zalek's calf, causing him to nearly trip, and he stomps on the officer's hand while balancing himself. Ah, my fingers! Sorry, I'm really sorry. We'll be going now. We're surrounded. Probably backup. Struth, shit's escalating real fast. What do we do now? I counted more than 40 of them. The whole squad's armed with anti-armor. And a thick steel gate in front of us. I have no good ideas. Ideas? Ideas. Actually, I got a good one. It's super risky, but I'll brag about it for years if we succeed. What? I gotta say, Jacker, this ute of mine ain't no regular truck. Wanna know its full name? It's called Earthrock Excavating Bottle Tree Transplanting Crew Carrying Intercity Transporter. That's a long name. That's too long. Excavating and bottle trees aside, you know the two steel beams at the rust-dragged town entrance? This beauty propped them up. And of course, you're looking at the very driver responsible. Lance? Your hands are shaking. Shut it. Sit down. We're going in. I'm very confused what these utes/trucks actually look like. I need a proper image. Show me what they look like. Can I just... Is there anything we could use to patch up these holes? I'm feeling a little chilly. Several holes dot the vehicle's exterior, funneling the wild winds from outside and messing up the Zalek's hair. Know what we can do. Just bear with it. I'll look for a mobile platform to get some repair materials later. Wait, why are you still here? Who even are you? I'm just an ordinary passenger. I'm a good guy, really. Look, here's my ID. Jerry, huh? But I'm afraid we don't have any use for good Jerrys right now. Don't worry about me. I won't tell a soul what happened back there. Well, it is what it is. Everyone here's an accomplice now, so no one's getting away. Got that, Jacker? We're all Jackers now. Also, thanks for that. Thanks a lot for saving Potlid. My device went off too. They would have sent us to the infected treatment zone if they took us away. But I still need to get to the Grinning Valley. Alright. We're off to the Grinning Valley now, the truck's final destination. But we might not have enough fuel for our trip, so we'd better find a mobile platform to resupply, and find a way to patch up my battered ute while we're at it. Otherwise it'll be tough to explain to the company when I hand her back. Alright. Right, so what's your name? The miners all call me Ray. Alrighty, Ray. Still feel like Jacker rolls off the tongue easier, though. Say, Jacker, you got me a bit curious. You hijacked this ute and beat up those officers without a care. What in terror's name are you after in the Grinning Valley? That place isn't exactly car-friendly, and I hear it's basically just wasteland ruins after catastrophes wrecked it. Or do you mean there might be some treasure to find there? Out with it, mate. It'll be worth all that noise if there's something good in store for us. I'm looking for a huge shadow. A what? A shadow as tall as a mountain, shooting rays of light through the fog. What? It can talk, too. It can talk? What kind of bloody creature is that? A shadow that is in fog that can talk. What? What does that even mean? What? Alright. Third story. Running bottle tree. Oh, Savage turns up again. Life itself is a sort of profound horror. I thought that was going to be humor, not horror. You don't know where it's going to take you. Even worse, even when there aren't 30-some-odd siblings and hundreds of other relatives clamoring to make your decisions for you, you still sometimes find yourself under attack out of nowhere. Such as, right now? There are no think tanks, there's no way this could be wrong because everyone believes it. Only a bandit pulling up with a crossbow and the sand kicking up as hard as he drives. I've made peace with my fate. I don't think we could pass through Windy Beach. That place is catastrophe central. Each year up to 70,000 trucks are damaged or destroyed when passing through. 70,000, damn. But that's not the point. Our transport's already pretty beat up. Also, you should take a look at this. In addition to catastrophes, there are other factors that can worsen the damage to a vehicle. Originium fuel leakage, transmission failure leading to secondary incidents, explosions in close proximity to mining sites. So we want to steer clear of those mines. Hey, are you listening? That's right, Potlid. Climb up here, saw off the branch, then connect the hose to the top of the tree. The saw is so heavy, but it's okay. The ankle braces Lance gave me are very secure. Just imagine that you're a big tree beast. Use the braces to hold onto the tree and jump up with a whoosh. I know I can do this and make everyone happy. Huh? My back feels lighter all of a sudden. Oi, Jacker, I didn't tell you to do that. Sure, you didn't tell me to do anything, but I have experience collecting water from bottle trees. Okay, so you have a heart after all, but I still need you to return Potlid's tools. After all, I certainly trust my old partner a whole lot more than I trust the random jacker. Hehe. Besides, it's not like we're really trying to become a bottle tree water delivery truck. We just need to put on enough of a disguise before entering the city that nobody can tell it's an intercity transport that's gone off route. Slap some decoration on as well. Don't let anyone see that the old girl's been punched full of holes before being patched over with sheet metal. Potlid, let's go over our cover story with the jacker here. Okay. If anyone asks, tell them we're transporting this bottle tree, and the water in the trunks gotta be bucketed up for transport into the factory. As for the tree branch decorations on the vehicle, it's just a little something the boss enjoys. That's right. Bulletproof cover story, if I do say so myself. Never would have imagined that these bottle trees would be saving our hides when we're running from catastrophes on our long detour. Whoever decided to plant these bottle trees in the middle of nowhere, thank you. And of course, that includes me as well. Alrighty, time to hop back into the driver's cabin. Are you listening to me? I just wanted to remind everyone that every year 300,000 people suffer fractures aboard transport vehicles for various reasons, 15,000 of which are attributed to bottle trees tipping over in transit. Just ignore him. I'll start the water pump slowly so there's no risk of falling off the tree. But accidents always happen. Alright, I'm starting her up. Hold on tight, Potlid. Every year, there are 1,000 more people who die to tree trunks bending during sudden strong wind. I did it, Lance. The pump's starting to hum as it drains the water out of the tree trunk. I love when this happens. Ah, why else would I say I trust you? Actually, there's a chance the water pump might explode as well. What's your deal? Is that a death note you're holding or what? Oh, death note. Every year I hear about an old friend or two who ends up contracting oropathy and gets caught up in a catastrophe, regardless of what field they work in. No avoiding it. If we go by what you say, we're all better off not working in the first place. Sorry, I just wanted to give you some points of reference from my limited knowledge and experience. Just trying to help. I do marketing for an insurance company. I knew he was going to have something to do with insurance. Insurance? It's the best thing I've seen advertised in years. I've already bought a bunch of policies and hope to get this Colombian company's name out there. But I'm a bit skittish, afraid of everything. There's insurance for everything I'm scared of, including dangers I had no idea even existed. Look, these are my notes. Data collected from several of our company's advertisements, telling you about all the dangers you wouldn't even think of. Also, they promised to compensate me in the event that something actually does happen. Cool. So how do you plan to spend that money if you're dead? It'd be pretty cool if they invented a way to continue living after you die, though. I'm afraid there's not much we can do about that. Then what's the point? Listen up, you help dress the vehicle up, and we'll take it on over to the nearby nomadic platform. Need to check if a buddy of mine's home. How many vehicles run into catastrophes each year, and where? Doesn't mean shit to me. I'll just ask her straight up for a safe route to the Grinning Valley safely. And that'll be the end of things. How do we even get to this point? I thought the little girl would just hide quietly in the vehicle, so all I had to do was squeeze into a tool room with her. Felt like the safest thing at the time. Then she wanted to go visit friends and relatives with Alana, leaving me alone in the vehicle. Here I am, alone in a hijacked transport, harboring infected people, forced to work, getting shot at with rocket launchers more than once. I can't handle these people chasing me. So, I don't care who it is, who I have to follow. Just don't make me deal with this whole mess alone. This is all the money in my wallet. Here, take the whole thing, please. I never said I wasn't willing to follow you. I mean, it's only natural to not want to be a hostage, right? Hostage? I get it. You're a hijacker, so if I go with you, I'll end up as a hostage. But you were so cool when you saved those people, like real highwaymen. That's not what I meant. I'm just trying to say you're really impressive. Me? Impressive? Why, yes, that's right. You're not mad, are you? Thank goodness. There is one thing I wanted to ask you. Alana let you leave to buy the supplies we needed to make the long-distance trip. So can we just do it like that and not resort to robbing people? See, I've even given you my wallet now. There might not be much money in there, but it should be enough to cover food and fuel. Alright. Phew. That's a relief. Oh, right. Something was rubbing me the wrong way. You know how the man at the checkpoint were looking at us funny? I'm a professional. Do you think that we're already under suspicion? It's just, I never said I wanted to take a hostage. I said anyone who wanted to go off was free to go. Why don't you go? I thought I told you before. I want to go to the Grinning Valley. That has nothing to do with you. It's a long and dangerous journey, and I knew what that going in, which is why I gave you the chance to hop off. You're scared of danger, so why are you still here? Well, since you're such a nice person, would you mind coming with me to have a look at the newsstand? I can explain. This guy is kind of weird. I don't... Why is he here? No, normally this wouldn't be. Ray, my face is hidden by the newspaper, isn't it? Yes. Okay, now let's take a good look here. Huh? You. Great. I haven't made it onto the list of missing persons yet. Though, even if they did realize someone was missing, it wouldn't make it into the papers within a single day. What about wanted persons? Not seeing anything. It isn't what you think. I just skipped out on my marriage. Oh. Well, it's not that I got cold feet. I was taking this transport on my way to attend my engagement ceremony in another city when you hijacked it. But then I realized I was pretty happy about that. Huh. Though I guess that isn't some big deal either. And because it's not a big deal, I'm kind of embarrassed to talk about it. I don't know how it is with your family, but in my case, I've got 36 brothers and sisters, and lots of other relatives. So you find plenty of stuff ends up not worth talking about. Alright, so maybe you don't get it. I also know there are lots of people with huge families that don't deal with this sort of thing. Sorry, can't help you with that one. Hold on, Ray. There are uniformed men coming this way, the same as the last checkpoint. I didn't grow up in a big family. Those houses, all joined together neatly, looked so beautiful. But I didn't know where I ought to settle myself down. There's Alex gone. Probably decided to leave on his own. Should have hopped off to begin with. Good day, ma'am. We'd like to have a little chat with you. Don't be scared, Potlid. The pictures on the wall might be a bit spooky, but the lady here isn't into anything too weird. She takes pictures of giant beast carcasses in the primordial forest, plus the bones of the explorers in the morass, but she's never hurt anybody. Well, at least she probably wouldn't hurt anyone. You're not even talking back when I call you Potlid. Where'd your spirit go? You hungry or something? Don't know if we can count on the Jacker at all, but hopefully she manages to bring the stuff back without any issues. I'll show you a neat hack later. You can use solar panels to fry up some instant noodle cakes and foul beast eggs. Put the past behind you. Anyways, I have a solution now. Doesn't the Jacker seem odd to you? Maybe even a bit crazy. That's why I decided to meet this friend and ask her about the situation. A shadow as tall as a mountain, and it can talk? If a thing like that really exists in Rimbilliton, my friend surely would have heard of it. But if the Jacker simply had too much to drink, or went into the mines without a helmet and hit her head, well, I'll have to figure something else out. Don't worry, they don't call me Alana of the Barren Lands for nothing. I always figure something out. Wait, asbestos? As in actual asbestos? Get lost and be quick about it. I'm busy with the travel notes. Didn't you see the sign on the door? Wait, is she Australian? What? I did not expect that. Isn't she a snake or something? Wait, not many know about my temporary studio in the first place. Which rag do you work for? And how did you manage to track me down? Lance, didn't you say you were old friends? She doesn't seem to recognize you. Well, the old part means we haven't seen each other in a long time. Hey, remember that time we went down to Big Hammer Mine? There was that one mangler beast trying to tear us apart. Reckon that was the biggest mangler beast known to man. Right, it's the one on the wall there. I was behind the wheel when you took this photo. Huh? Alright, I don't care who you are or what you want, but I'll give you 10 minutes. Don't test my patience. I mean, your species don't necessarily indicate your nationality. True. Can I call Children of Ursus as a warmy story? Sorry to occupy your precious time, but I have to vent a bit. This is the single darkest day I've ever suffered. Of course, I know that you don't actually exist. I've just gotten used to having someone to talk to ever since I was little. After all, there were always so many people talking at once back home, and I had the faintest voice. Anyways, all I wanted to say was, it's way too dark under this truck. Eh? Patience now. Just 5 more seconds. Wait for the shoes to go out of sight. 4, 3, 2, 1. Ugh. At least 2 mouthfuls of dirt won't send me to hospital, even if this is the dried sand of the chassis we're talking about. Alright, I can feel it. This should be the access door leading to the power room on the bottom level. It's too scary to walk around outside, so I squeezed back inside the vehicle to wait for them to return. Though, I'm not sure if Ray's gonna be coming back. I feel bad leaving her behind like that, but it's not like I did it on purpose. 1, 2... What's this guy doing? Finally, the valve opened. Oh no. Sorry, I got the wrong vehicle. I'll be leaving now. Hold it. I hear something coming from under the vehicle. Oh no. Shh. Quiet down. If you blow my cover, nothing good's going to come of it. Nods in silence. We can't afford to let those damn metal crabs crawl into the station anymore. The last time one got in, it totaled 3 vehicles and shanked 2 people to boot. Go grab a torch. I need to take a look. Gestures wildly in despair. Come out. Yeah, I got these coupons from somebody else. I don't know much about your market here. Then why the hell are you answering our market research questions? Because you asked them. Ugh, alright then. I guess we have to throw out that whole transcript. Sorry for bothering you, ma'am. No worries. Monthly promo magazine. Clip this for 10% off compressed canned food. When did this kind of stuff start showing up? Alana is pretty incredible. She's got all the little details worked out in life. Everything down the list. On Friday, go grab a scarf from the old man with a stuffed tail and get a friend's discount from his daughter. Yeah, she's got everything figured out down to the day. This stack of papers can be used in the 3 million trolley supermarket. And this stack? That's right, Doctor. Oh wait, is this Amir and the Doctor? Actually, even my own memory is a bit fuzzy. It has to be, right? Yep. Oh, that's why Savage is there. Right. It's as if Rimbilliton has always been like this. Rusty factories, steel frames stacked on top of each other, a grey skyscape, and Originium clusters towering in the horizon. Sorry, Amir. I really would like for you to be able to go home and have a good look around. I was looking for your parents for a long while. But after the attack on the engineering team, the pneumatic plate you used to live on got dismantled. The place we're standing right now probably has the most stuff from the old plate. No worries, Savage. This is enough. Thank you so much. Just smelling the rust, oil, and welding rods is bringing back memories. It's as if I've gone back in time. Oh, what am I even saying? It's only been a few years. It's just... I can still feel myself sitting in the back of a construction truck, following my parents and other folks on the engineering team, waiting for them to set out from the plate. You went with them? It's a common practice in many large families. The household oftentimes is the engineering team. If the team has to go to work in some faraway place, they'll take the old and the young with them to make sure they're taken care of. Of course, not all the people in the family are necessarily blood-related. Sometimes they'll be considered part of the household just by living in the same part of the factory. Does that mean back then... Oh, Doctor, there's no need to feel bad for me. It's not like I was thinking about the accident. And besides, I'd already carefully thought through what I was searching for, even before I came to Rimbilliton. Oh, Doctor, look over there. I still remember that smokestack. What's wrong, Amir? I suddenly remembered challenging the other kids to see who could crawl down there the farthest, while keeping their tails as clean as possible. Isn't that insanely dangerous? It was totally fine. None of us wanted to get scolded by the adults back home, so we never went down too far. Crikey, when's the last time I heard Amia talking like this? I'm not the same 6 or 7-year-old kid I was back then either. But at last, I found something I recognize. This is still Rimbilliton after all. It's how we build our houses. Old buildings are incredibly useful, so there's no need to dismantle them. If you want a new house, just build right on top of it. Which is why the elders tell us from the time we're little. Adventurous folk, no matter how far they travel, always know home when they come back to it. That being said, a lot of the things have changed as well. For example, the infected persons management law we just came across seems to be imitating Lithanian's legal framework and Victoria's jargon. Amir, someone's been staring at you for a while now. I've noticed, Doctor. I feel like Ray is a character that just spaces out randomly and just looks off into the distance or locks eyes with someone and just doesn't break eye contact. Do you know her? I don't think I've seen her before. Also, I don't think any of the people who took care of me before would recognize me now. Let's keep moving, Doctor. I'm sure it's fine. The coupon flyer and the shopping list to go with it have gotten all mixed up. Now, what did Alana tell me to get again? Yeah, see, she's spaced out. She's just continuously spacing out. So that's the whole deal. The stretch from Windy Beach to the Grinning Valley is the most catastrophe-prone place, say the messengers. I've seen it myself, too. Oh? What's so special about that place? Well, you could say that its ecology is what? Devoid of foul shit. Though Billy's natural geography is generally pretty barren to begin with. This area is so barren that you won't even find foul beast droppings. You want an easy route? Not even in your dreams. If you want a road paved for you, you can look towards the rocks raining from the sky. And don't expect to find anything fun to do either. All you find is the usual Billy stuff, ready to kill at the drop of a hat. Alright, so other than the foul beasts that don't poop, any other special creatures to look out for? Other creatures? Well, there's a scary number of sand beasts. And listen to me here, you don't want anything to do with them. They'll mess you up. Sure, got it, sand beasts. Nothing unusual about those. Isn't there anything a bit more talkative, shining, incredibly huge? Anything along those lines? How would I know? I'm not even a professional explorer, let alone a cryptid biologist. Come on, don't be in such a rush to shoo us away. Let me just ask you one last time. Rays of light, a shadow as tall as a mountain, talking. These words don't mean anything to you, right? Say that again, one more time. Rays of light, shadow as tall as a mountain, talks. Nah, yeah, that's a thing. What? Ah, what a pain. In the end, I really did remember something for your sake. Ferrenmutt. Wait, Ferrenmutt? I feel like I've heard that before. What language is that? Sargonian. Of course not many know the word to begin with. Huh. Where's Sargonia? I mean, that doesn't matter here. You should be using your precious time to tell me what that word means. Ah, did you hear what I said? Almost nobody knows the word at all. I've got no way of explaining it. Anything would just come out silly. Nobody's ever really studied exactly what a Ferrenmutt is. It's just a vague concept that I happen to hear about. Forget it. Just act like you never heard anything from me. Don't even think about it, and certainly don't go throwing that word around. Nothing irks my tail more than fake news getting spread all over the place. They just end up running around for nothing. Alright. I forget you ever said anything. Don't need your thanks or your words of praise. Your 10 minutes are up, and the door is that-a-way. Are we clear? Yeah, clear as day. Although, still not going to thank you anyway. The first bit you said, that this is a thing, that's good enough for me. Rays of light. Shadows as tall as mountains. Barren mutts. Who the hell would believe anything so crazy? These made-up legends are growing out of control. People really ought to stop trying to mess with me. Ugh. How about I finish these goddamn investigation reports and head on over to the Grinning Valley to take a look. And what do you think? If you're planning on going, then of course you have my full support. Even though I don't know anything about exploring or archaeology, there has to be some way I can help. Huh. Nah, I was asking how you felt about getting kicked out after 10 minutes. Didn't you tag along so I wouldn't lose track of time chatting with my old friend? Looks like I didn't need your supervision. Heh, that's true. You know, when you really can't muster a smile, you don't have to force yourself, even just a bit. If you're tired and want to vent, I'll make sure nobody sees you. Ah! I finally found a nice tunnel I can hide in. I'm saved! Huh? Hurry, get your rear in there. As a friendly reminder, the left side's the sewage pipeline of the Scalesis processing factory. I'd hop over to the other side if I were you. Thanks a million, Alana. Oh, wait. Fancy running into you here. Raises an eyebrow. I can explain. I think someone's seen through our disguise and is setting up near the checkpoint. Ray seems to have gotten herself tangled up, but I'm sure she has a way out. Just a sec. The people chasing you are after us because of what we've done. I'm not sure about that. I mean, my thing definitely doesn't matter. I just happened to be hiding in the wrong place, so I got caught up in the Kyra's mess again. Grab the rope, Jerry. Yeah, I got it. I'll help you throw the knot over, and then you can lower me down. In any case, that's the situation, Alana. Don't worry about me. Gotta run for now. Did he actually get himself involved, or is he just running because he happened to see someone else running? But, you know, Potlid... Wait, what? Okay, that's a weird sentence. But you know, Potlid, doesn't the one next to him look kind of familiar? Life really is terrifying, and you can't run away from it, no matter how much you might want to. Well, actually, I've never wanted to run away. I always went with the flow, safely and securely, along with my 36 other siblings, and the other 300,000 people in the city. After all, you naturally gravitate towards whatever's the most stable. But I got attacked out of nowhere. I ended up skipping out on my engagement, and now I'm actually on the run with my very own 2 feet. I don't know why, but even as I'm being chased by all sorts of things and running for my life, in the end, a door always opens for me. Are things getting better or worse for us? Logically speaking, if there's a nest of metal crabs beneath the sewer, we ought to contact a security officer. That's what it says under the Beware of Wildlife signs. Bad news is, we just barged straight into their home in our attempt to escape. Huh. I can't feel my lungs anymore. Don't slow down now unless you want to end cut to ribbons by those pincers. I really can't deal with this whole running away thing. Do I come across as some career criminal who's constantly on the run? I just wanted people to think I went missing, so I crawled out into the bed of my hardware store's delivery truck and went to sleep for a day. Then the cargo box ended up getting transported away as usual, and I found myself waking up in someone else's vehicle. And here we are. You're not a career criminal. Thank goodness. I thought I saw your face somewhere before on a wanted poster. Oh, but I don't mean to say that you look generic or ordinary. You know, I've had a question on my mind. You really went and helped someone you thought was a wanted criminal. I just felt like I had no choice. From the very beginning, I didn't know why those men were even chasing me. Plus, I think you're actually a good egg. Same as the ladies who abducted me and brought me here. They're actually pretty decent. What is this guy's deal? What? Ugh, so loud. Hold on, where are we? I've got an idea. Let's hear it. Huh? You're letting me call the shots? This is rather new for me. Long story short, that sounds like the smelting plant's automatic waste filtration and disposal system. I've seen someone falling off of it in one of our company ads. He suffered a terrible fracture. My point is, if people can fall from it, that also means there has to be a way up. We might be able to climb on top of that thing. There's no way the metal crabs would chase us up that high, and our pursuers would never expect us to leave the factory. Let's go this way. You want us to walk across these rickety platforms that look like they could flip over at a moment's notice, along these iron slabs that could easily send us flying? It's not completely impossible. The robotic arms are on a timer. I'll climb up first and look for the control room. It'll be safe as long as I manually operate the arms. I saw Alana driving the transport. The operating lever for this mechanical platform should be just like that vehicle's shifter. I might be able to pull this off. I just need to give it a shot. I mean, I can't say for sure if it's going to work or not, but I trust you. You can do it. Just go for it. You trust me? Wait. Not only are you willing to let me call the shots, but you're also placing your faith in me. Dear Lord. Not one of my 36 siblings has ever dared. But you're also smart and independent, just like them. What is this guy on about? I'm sorry, Kira, but the platform's taller than I expected. I can't reach. Could you give me a little boost? A boost. Like this. Here. That works too, but I was kind of thinking my back or legs or... Whoa, you're strong. Great. I made it up. Awesome. And you're nothing like the elders constantly trying to dictate my life. Okay, they're both runaways from their families, it seems. So what you're saying is nobody's onto us and nobody's tracking us. You didn't kill anyone with this, did you? Yeah, nah. There were so many things on your shopping list I didn't have a free hand to draw my weapon. Alright, as long as you didn't cause any trouble. I've had more than my fair share of excitement. That incident at the checkpoint was already hard enough on Potlid. Where'd our resident coward go? Phew, we're finally safe. We actually did it. Thank you, I really mean that. Thank you so much. Huh. My timid heart's still ready to jump out of my ribcage. I actually followed through with a decision. And such a dangerous one at that. Quit bashing yourself over the head with your briefcase already. People are staring. Sorry. It's just that I'm a lot more used to going along with other people's plans. I had a big family and things got pretty loud. Yeah, I get you. Most people are pretty much the same. Everyone joins in and things get noisy, whether or not they're actually blood related. It's been a good decade since one of my sisters went out to travel across the lands, and all of the others don't even remember that she left Rimbilliton. What I'm trying to say is it's perfectly normal to be forgotten, just as it's perfectly normal for 20 or 30 people to suddenly remember you at once and start talking about the same things on repeat. Huh, how right you are. You know, I skipped out on my engagement today, which is how I ended up out here. It's also why I'm so afraid of getting caught. Well, actually, the whole thing was foisted onto me because of a little dust-up. But afterwards I realized that I was pretty happy to be getting out of that marriage. It hadn't dawned on me until then that I was really against the whole arrangement. I don't even know the first thing about the woman I'm engaged to. I just felt like so many smart people in the family said I should do it. So it had to be the right thing. Right? I totally get you. The elders in my family always try to push their experiences onto me, and I got so sick and tired of their nagging that I wanted to disappear. Even though I left the old factories and went to carrots to an assembly line, they still packed themselves into a transport for a solid half day just to tell me that they found me a proper man. If I'd gone along with it, then I would have missed everything that happened today. It's nothing. You go ahead. Kira, I'm just thinking. The two of us have pretty good rapport, and, my company recently rolled out a new insurance plan with really broad coverage. I don't know if you'd be interested or not, but... Huh? Insurance? I'd be glad to help you out with your work, since I do owe you one for today. But what kind of insurances are we talking about here? And how much does it cost? No, Miss Kira. That's not what I meant. It won't cost you any money. I just wanted to ask... How would you feel about becoming the beneficiary of this insurance plan I just bought? What? Beneficiary? In other words, if anything happens to me, then the company will pay you a large sum of money. As for the specific terms, I can go over the details with you if you have time. After all, a beneficiary is someone very important to me. Goodness, what's gotten into me? Am I making decisions for myself again? And I swear this has to be the most important decision of my life. Kira? I know, this is all very sudden, but it's how I really feel. I just had to blurt it out. The old me would have just kept it bottled up in my heart, thinking over and over about how to get the words out. And if I did get them out, worrying if I stuttered or not. Am I not stuttering anymore? Oh, it's no big deal though. If you don't want to, then maybe I shouldn't have sprung it on you like that. I'll do it. It's more in line with my personal principles than going along with whatever the elders had planned for me. Really? You're fine with it? Oh my god, I really have to tell my siblings that I'm not going to let them lead me around by the nose forever. Of course they're going to accept it. They don't have to do anything and they get your money when you die. What? Totally. They're always going on about how they've been through so much and know better. My whole family's got a suite of rules when it comes to who I marry. Like how everyone loves a tortoise with long ears. Tortoise. Yes. I'm the only Zalek in the family. I guess I got handed off to this family when I was little. I forget about that a lot. Same as people forget about me. Besides, what big family isn't cobbled together like this? And they like loud talkers. My relatives are more into the quiet types. And industrious, businessy types. Who know how to make a sales pitch. Even their appearance. Wait. You just mentioned that you were skipping out on an engagement ceremony, didn't you? Wait, were they planned to be engaged? Is that what's going on here and they both ran away? Did he not know who he was marrying? Lance, if we don't leave now, we'll be surrounded by drivers bringing wine barrels over to collect bottle tree water and won't be able to get out. I know that already. Seriously, didn't that Zalek say he was scared to death that something terrible would happen as soon as he left the vehicle? I told him everyone's free to get off whenever they want. I wouldn't do anything to stop him. Nah, the way he was talking, I think he was scared he'd run into the girl he was engaged to. Ray, Alana, hurry up and give me your contact. Huh? I'll send you the details later. Wedding invitations. Huh? Wow. As far as I can tell, the road ahead should be pretty safe. No traces of big beasties, no sign of ground getting hollowed out by the wildlife. Maybe the last blessing the Zalek left you is actually doing something for us after all. Have a safe trip, and you'll definitely find what you're looking for. Ferrenmut, huh? Pretty tough. Just going by the sound of that word, huh? If you walked up to me and told me, we're going to find the Ferrenmut, I wouldn't have questioned it for a moment. I didn't think you'd also read the road conditions. Hardly. I don't have much experience. I'm not a real lookout. I just think looking out into the distance with binoculars is pretty neat, that's all. Weird. The power system's temperature display seems a bit off. Jackie, did you miss something just now? Like a geyser spewing steam by the side of the road, or active virginium on the surface causing a small-scale explosion? Nope. I made sure of it. What about Potlid? Where'd she get herself to while we were out looking outside? Wait, is she in the power room? What? Wait, is she heating something up? Is she doing what Warmy does? Boom. Hammer down. Oh, that should have been called Hammer Time. Boo. Normally we don't get closure right when something happens. Just like when Mum and Aunt Gemma had that argument in the middle of the night. Such a noisy one it woke the neighbours. They were arguing about the same old, how should the factory go about starting up the wheat grinder and the rice miller without disturbing the workers' rest? Just like those young Billy businessmen who helped the farmers and factory workers build a coalition during the cage incident. Even though they made an effort to break free of the grasp of the counts and the Victorian Chamber of Commerce, how many of them were just in it for the business? How many of them actually cared about the future of Rimbilletonians? Also, just like that one trip with the doctor and Amir. Maybe some questions will always have some sort of closure. Don't know where you're gonna go yet. Wasn't heading back to the nomadic platform to search for traces of your childhood just the first stop along the journey? Like, what happened to the second stop, and third stop, and so on? I filled a tank of gas and even prepped a portable stove and a tent. Besides, the Rimbilliton Miners' Cup is in the group stage right now. If we head straight south, we might make it in time for the cross-country bird and beast race across Big Hammer Mine. Or maybe we could go for some of Rimbilliton's local specialties. I've committed a lot of fantastic eateries to memory over the last few years, especially the ones that have opened up inside hollowed-out mining tunnels. In any case, Kao-Shi said that you guys don't have any work coming up for the next little while, so why not put that whole Victoria thing on the back burner for now? There's no need to be pushy, Savage. It's not that I'm too worried about what's over the horizon to enjoy the trip or anything. What I mean is, I think I might prefer how we used to do things before, like just wandering around without any particular goal in mind. Well, that might not be entirely accurate either. I'm sure the doctor had some idea of where we were going. I did? Because as far as I can remember, it seems like new things are happening every day, and there are always different sights to see. If we were here to casually tour through Rimbilliton's barren lands, we'd probably just be seeing a whole lot of sand, mines, and originium clusters. Well, about that. I think that's more so we all having a streak of bad luck and getting yourselves into trouble the whole way here. At least Ami is more than capable of holding her own now. I'm not sure the same empty-headed, hot-blooded newbie I was before. Even if we run into a scrap, I'm sure we can resolve it without too much hassle. Ouch. Sorry about that, Doctor. Doctor, are you alright? Did you bump your head? It's fine, my head's still intact. Savage, what happened? Why'd you suddenly slam on the brakes? Take a look over there. See that transport vehicle over there coughing up smoke? Jacka, go get some bottle tree water. The more the better. Alright. Bring a tarp over and help me hold her up. Alright. Then grab some tape and tie her to the condensate pipe. Then dip her feet in cold water and give her a good soak. Oh, I think she is like overheating. Okay, but why? Call it a trade secret. Doesn't matter if it's a fever or a burn, this is the fastest way to cool down. Medicine's fine and all, but you sometimes need to tackle the external problem head on. And this is the way you do it. Lance? Don't worry, there's nothing to be scared of. I've got meds. I figured something like this would happen sooner or later. Hurry up and drink, Warmy. She's burning up. She has the strength to swallow the meds, so it's not as bad as it could be. The fever should be going down soon. Yeah, I know it can't be that serious, trust me. Alright, I believe you. But I don't think what she has is a fever. I know. It's her arts. She used them to fiddle with the temperature of the power plant again, without my permission. Should have dawned on me a lot earlier when I realized how smooth the ride was and how much power we had driving on these roads. I don't know how many times I've told her not to go around casting with her bare hands. She just can't get it drilled into her head. She's always eager to prove her own worth. Silly girl, what a darn fool. I knew from the moment she got in the truck that she was dumb and stubborn. Damn dipstick. We can always find a doctor. We're not that far from a platform. You're not getting anything from those docs that I can't already do. Trust me, we'll be fine. I'll get us through this. If you say so. Alana, the power cabin's getting hotter and hotter. Yeah. Can't tell since my back's still dripping cold sweat. Ah, she's burning up. How is she this hot? I've got another folk remedy. Can you go catch some Originium slugs? Alana, there's the bell. Someone wants to board. Gah, go chase them off, Jacker. No, you should go. It'll be bad if her arts go out of control. She'll hurt herself and others too. What are you trying to say? No way. No way it could come to that. Not a chance. She's my own adopted daughter. You just wait, Ray. I'll take care of this whole mess. I'll be right back. If an infected gets sick, or if their arts start going out of control, it should be another infected to deal with it. That way, even if they disintegrate, it at least won't create new victims. That's standard protocol on the job. Get out. Wait a sec. I'm the driver for that vehicle over there. I've got tools. Do you need any help? Help? Huh, with what? I'm doing just fine over here. We're just taking a little break. So if you want to help, buggering off would do us just fine. Huh? But your ute over there is giving off white smoke. Doesn't look to be in great shape. That's just how it is. I'm the one driving it. Think you know her better than me? Sorry. I'd still like to get in and have a look around. I don't have time to give you a ride. Last warning, go away or I'll make you go away. You're shaking. Who, me? Don't kid yourself. Though that gear you're wearing. You're a troublemaker who's done something bad, aren't you? And you're a merc out here on the hunt for infected people, yeah? An explosion. From inside the bus. Struth, I told you to bugger off. I don't have time for you. Hey, wait! What's going on with that truck? Its body is damaged in several areas and the front's rather deformed. The smoke should be coming from the condensate pipe, not properly dispersing the heat. And then there's that driver. She seems to be worse for wear than the bus itself. What just exploded? Oh, the engine maybe? Did it get too hot? Poor grey ears. The engine has long since stalled, but the sound of water flowing through the condensate pipe can still be heard from the power cabin. The temperature inside the cabin is unusually high, but the drenched pot lid continues to shiver. Alana said this was supposed to help. Just a bit longer, then. As her words trail off, Potlid's lips quiver slightly, as if sleep-talking. Ray thinks for a moment, then holds the girl's scorching hot hand. Though the hand subconsciously tries to shrink away, it has no strength to do so. Burning hot. It's alright. Now I'll be able to see how badly your arts are going out of control. This isn't any miraculous technique or anything, but I can at least reduce the danger a bit. Some people are fine sticking their head in the sand. Some coop themselves up in abandoned mine shafts and wait for the whole thing to blow up and sealed off. And others try to run far, far away into the barrens. Sure, people get sick just like old parts get rusty. Bound to happen. As long as you handle it properly, it won't affect anyone else, and it won't turn into a big deal. No, I don't want this. Ray? Easy there, Grey is. Your body temperature's still high. A long time ago, everyone in my family, the whole family, they were all infected. Right. All of them. Knew how to put their noses into the grindstone. They built their own homes and lived simply but fulfilling lives. I was happy too. I could make a big pot of soup and share it with everyone. They'd eat yummy food and then they'd get better. After they got better, they wouldn't need to come back anymore. Easy now, Grey is. If your temperature gets any higher. A few sparks crackle through the air. I can't hold you anymore. I know what I'm doing, Grey is. Some people don't know how to control their own strength and end up hurting people, or even killing them by accident. But that's not me. I'm going to knock you out. You'd just be sore for a few days. I'm letting go now. If I eat more and grow up more, and my sickness gets better, Dad will also come back. Why? Are those people on the road looking for infected? Why do I have to hurt Lance just because I'm an infected? The rawness of the blisters on her hand force Ray to pause. Ray, is it bad to be an infected? Well, Gray is? You must be hurting. I can feel it. There are times when the oropathy flares up and I can't sleep, I know. But when I remember that ray of light shining through, I can relax and finally close my eyes in peace. Ferrenmutt. Calm, Greyers. Calm down. I will find it. Potlid? Potlid! How's she doing? This blood. Alana, Greyers is fine, but stay back. Her heat's gone down a little. She's already caused a small explosion. Alana, these damaged internal components and broken pipes, are they a big deal? The pipe is whatever, but the medicine doesn't seem to be working. See, I said you needed help. The saw, wrenches, duct tape, and this girl. I've seen her before. Why'd you tie this little girl up? What are you doing to her? What am I doing? What am I even capable of doing? Alana, I'm not an idiot. You think I don't know these tricks don't work? You think I haven't seen an old friend getting heat stroke in the workshop, then being tortured with these crude methods to the point that he never came to work again? Rusty Wrench managed to survive. Couldn't talk anymore, but he could still work. Old Bobby said it saved his life. But you think I don't know they're the exception that proves the rule? You really think I don't know oropathy is an intractable disease? This dumb kid doesn't know that. She thinks she can be cured. What else can I do but play along? I believe in the little medicine I can get my hands on and whatever folk remedies reach my ears. I can't just watch another one die in front of me while I watch helplessly. Greetings, ma'am. Mind if we take a look at the girl? Sleep peacefully now. You don't have to burn yourself anymore. I'm sorry for using my arts on you. Wait. Okay, question. Does she mean using her arts on her as in the mind arts that she can do, like the calming of emotions and everything? Because I thought Amia could only do that to not Sancta, or is it Sancta? Sancta, what's the other one? Sancta Sargon? No, Sal. I thought she could only do it to them. Or can she do it to Corduses too? May you be free from the pain and suffering of oropathy in your dreams. Good work, Amir. I could feel it. She is a deeply wounded girl. Is there anything else I can help you with, Doctor? We're good for now. A simple injection should take care of things. I'm done with my arts too. Go ahead and let the others in. Is she really going to be okay? Her subconscious casting has stopped, and the activation process of the originium crystals inside her body has also been halted. But the fever symptoms haven't been completely relieved yet, and we'll have to continue monitoring her for a while. Been driving this truck around for who knows how long. Never thought I'd run into a doctor in a place like this. All I can say is thank you. You're welcome. Treating the infected has always been Rhodes Island's duty. That said, I'm not a doctor, and the doctor is, well, not that kind of doctor. Just to be sure, we should get to Rhodes Island branch office ASAP, where we'd have real diagnostic and treatment equipment to properly examine the patient. Rhodes Island? That reminds me, the girl gave me a card saying that some lady told her to give it to her family. Oh, I'm the lady. The girlie was clearly infected. I figured her family ought to understand. Found it. This is the one. The symbol of the excavator drill pointed straight at the sky. The what? Ain't easy doing business round Rimbilliton these days. Competition's too fierce, so figured it wouldn't be a bad idea to go tucking instead. What? But your company offers some serious benefits. It's absolutely wild that you'd have such an advanced medical department in a construction firm. If only the Billy companies could learn from you guys. Alana, I think there's been a little misunderstanding. But I do agree with you. If all of Rimbilliton's companies committed to raising awareness about the oropathy prevention, our young patient here might not be in such serious condition right now. And we should really put what we do at Rhodes Island front and center on our business card. After all, the infected rarely have proper access to medical services. In any case, we'll have a proper medical team dedicated to Warmy's treatment at the branch office. If it's not too much trouble for you, I'd like you to drive for the nearest nomadic city. Sure. Wait, hold on. There's a bit of a special situation with the truck. Once we go back, we might not be able to leave again. Plus, I have an agreement with someone else. Special situation? Oh, that reminds me, you're supposed to be a transport, right? But if you keep going in that direction, the only thing waiting for you is an uninhabited wasteland that's prone to catastrophes. Wait, don't tell me you were planning to go plant bottle trees there. No, we're going to search for the Ferrenmutt. Ferrenmutt? Oh, she's awake. Please, don't leave Warmy behind. Don't worry, nobody's leaving you behind. We're just having a little discussion. Potlid? You're awake? How's your head? Are you dizzy? Are you still running hot? Lance, you look so upset. Did something happen? I think I just had a long and tiring dream. At the very end of the dream, I think I even saw the Ferrenmutt. Ray asked me to take a good, long look at the giant shadow. I looked and looked as hard as I could, but I couldn't quite make it out. Lance, can I go with you to find the Ferrenmutt? Here, try this. This is all we have now. Hardly enough to express our thanks. Not only did you save Potlid, but you're even willing to travel with us to make sure she's okay. No worries, Alana. We had no particular destination in mind to begin with. Also, the doctor's intrigued by the Ferrenmutt you mentioned. It's done, Alana. I've pulled into the transport bay. The rest of the journey is up to you. No problem there. But there is one thing I still don't understand. What exactly is this Ferrenmutt you're searching for? It's a type of, this massive... all you need to know is it's some sort of mythical creature. I've heard there are incredible explorers out there planning to turn these legends into documented columns. As for this beast, it flies for months at a time over the windswept dunes of Rimbilliton, flying over the highest peaks to spew flames at the sun. It appears in the mist of nightfall with a luster more brilliant than the moon's. We set out this time to look for some more useful clues. Isn't that right? Frey? You're talking about the lady with the crossbow over there who's hardly said a word this entire time. Forget it. She can enjoy the cold wind by her lonesome. In any case, that's how mighty a Ferrenmud is. Legend sounds all over the place. Don't think I've heard anything of the sort before. I've heard of it. A massive foul beast devours the clouds in the sky before it can finish eating the last cloud. Right before the day the sky falls, the people on its back all jump into the boundless sea of stars. A long time ago, the doctor used to tell me bedtime stories like that. I did? Well, of course, you put it in different words, but I have a vague memory. Your tone at the time really wanted me to believe the stories were real. Never would have guessed it, but looks like our friend here has quite a vivid imagination underneath that hood. But we're not after fairy stories here. We're looking for the real deal. She's happy again. The freshly stewed piping hot sweet potato soup is ready. Woo, this is good stuff. Hurry up and dig in, everyone. Appreciate it, Warmy. Don't mention it. There's also veggies cooking in the pot. Wait a minute. This flavor. Why does it have a hint of a Reginium slug? Well, I did add a little bit of slug slime. I've tried it before and the flavor's not too bad. It's soft and chewy, doesn't stick to your teeth, and it shouldn't be poisonous at all. Wow, I think you're onto something. By the way, Alana, the food you served up before was pretty good. I didn't expect you to be such a cook. Is it really so surprising? Do I look like a woman who doesn't know her way around the kitchen? The factory workers were always tripping over each other to get at my food. Though my real specialties are way more flavorful. Don't care at all for this light, time-consuming stuff. Everything you ate just now, from the beet soup to the Originium slug slime sweet potato stew, was all prepared by Potlid here. I just served it. It's Warmy's work? I know she's getting better and all, but are you sure it's wise to let her do all that by herself? Let her rest up and I'll handle the rest. Calm down, don't go buggering over it. She can handle it. If anything, I think she'd be sad if she felt like there was nothing she could do. She's always been like that, wanting to prove that she's all grown up and capable, which is how she ended up in this condition. Oh, right, Alana. Yeah? Has Warmy been through something? Even though she's always smiling and full of energy, I feel a deep sorrow coming from her. Her inner feelings seem at complete odds with her smile. Huh. Kids like to act strong and tough. That's all there is to it. But normal kids don't cling to it in that way. Because of what her father said to her before he left home. I want you to grow up happily, just as you are now. The day before he left, it was her birthday. Nasty business, right? Children tend to take things like birthdays and birthday wishes awfully seriously. Then, where is her dad now? Who knows? All I know is the girl relies on me, because every time her father left home for work, it was in this vehicle. Miners are the most common types you'll see aboard, with Cordis a close second, and her father happened to be both. Like hell I'd be able to pick him out of a crowd. Though, did I ever mention to you that this old girl's about to go out of commission? Because several of the mines I used to stop at got shut down. The last one's due to deep depletion. All the rocks that got dug up were totally worthless. And then 2 years ago, A mining accident claimed another. And so it was over the last 2 years when this kid hopped on board, saying that if she didn't keep the brightest smile on her face, her father wouldn't recognize her. Oh no, she's smiling so. Oh wow. I don't think her dad's coming back, man. No. Alright, I'm gonna go give her some motivation and a helping hand. She's probably a bit too fired up right now and wants to make a miner's family dinner on that little originium stove you guys brought over. You're pretty nice people too. Been a long time since she's cooked for anyone else. Though I hope what you said when you sat down at this table is true. That you won't end up getting sick breaking bread with infected. Or at least you're like me. You know, good things happen to good people and all. So that makes it perfectly fine to live with the infected. She didn't know the danger she was putting herself in when she decided to keep Warmy around. Amir. I'm here, Doctor. Do you feel guilty about it? Oh, is it written all over my face or something? I was just kidding. Thinking. I keep thinking. What would have happened? Had you never pulled me from the wreckage of that vehicle? Walking along the streets of Rimbilliton, I always feel like those running and shouting Cordis children are no different from me. Disasters aren't uncommon in Rimbilliton. The dangerous old ways of mining, the unusually frequent catastrophes. There were some Victorian businessmen who said this is no way for people to live. Oh, of course, I'm not trying to say that life in Rimbilliton is terrible or anything. The natural environment here may be harsh, our homes are always full of warmth. Rimbilliton's large households often come together to jointly adopt children. But I'm just happier that I get to do something like this. Like being able to help Potlid. Also like being able to rescue you, and before that... The young Cordis doesn't finish her words. You know there's something she's hiding from you. Amir's expression is somewhat wistful, but there's no sign of regret or remorse. Now that I'm looking back, every year since I left home has been so terribly long. Everything seems to be speeding up around me, before I can grow taller or change out of my childhood clothes. So I find myself wondering, when I think of my mum and dad, what should I say to them to give them an idea of what I've been through, so that they still recognize me? But, coming back to Rimbilliton, it finally dawned on me. The only thing I want to tell my parents is, I survived. Because the doctor took my hand. You suddenly remember something. You remember the huge Rimbilliton logo emblazoned on the laser mining module mounted atop the Rhodes Island landship. You remember seeing it before. You remember some of the materials that Rhodes Island has gradually been making available to you lately. Rhodes Island's predecessor, Babel, customized this Rimbilliton mining module that was attacked during the initial shipment. The mercenary team dispatched by Babel failed to stave off the attack, resulting in the deaths of many people on the transport team. You remember the thick black smoke slowly burning in the empty wilderness. Vague, distant emotions float into your mind, along with the hazy memories. Though it still doesn't feel like your own past, you cannot help but feel an infinite loneliness. What I wanted to search for was the vestiges of the journey that began here, as well as the traces of Rhodes Island being dug out from here and towed across the entirety of Rimbilliton before setting sail for the far reaches of the continent. I was just thinking, if I had never met Rhodes Island, if I had never met Dr. Kaushi or Teresa, if I had never met the doctor, what a shame it all would have been. Phew, finally helped tidy up around here. Seriously, never would have expected Alana and Warmy to be living together inside a truck like this. Good thing I didn't charge in, waving my hammer around to try to rescue Warmy, or else things would have been a goner. Speaking of which, when was the last time I had a campfire dinner with this many people? Has there ever been another time where I got to enjoy such a merry one with Amir and the doctor? She just talking to herself? Okay. A grunt. That's it. Does it not make your blood boil? Those bastards in suits want to plunder our minds. And since when did my friends become as snobbish as the Victorians? Sorry. I was just thinking about the stories in some old books. Don't look at us like that. The way you look at the stars in the sky. Even back then, I wasn't always happy every time. Eh? Amir and the doctor, they're fast asleep. Must have had too much fun and gotten tired, huh? Seriously, it's not safe here. You'll catch a cold at this rate. Aww. Wait, there's no way the doctor's asleep in this position. What? Savage? Huh? Doctor, you're awake. It's pretty dark tonight and I couldn't see your face clearly and... Did I wake you? Some people are still awake. So you're looking out for Amir here, huh? Fair enough. The Billy Barons have always been dangerous, and the people you meet aren't always friendly. Which is why you have no idea how anxious I was when I first met you. You, a sickly foreigner, trekking through the wilderness with a little girl in tow. You were a goner. You weren't afraid because you didn't know a thing about Rimbilliton. I could write it off as Amir trusting you regardless. But it wasn't until a lot later when I understood why she always slept so soundly next to you. You make me sound like I'm always on my toes. Well, yeah. You rarely get any time to rest. Be it the barren wilderness, the glimmering of the starry sky, or the steel frames and cranes rising over the city, you can stare blankly at those things for a long, long time. Maybe you didn't consciously decide to stay up to stand guard for Amir, but you nevertheless managed to help her avoid some ferocious foul beasts and highwaymen. Mind if I take a seat? It's just like it was. I wanted to tell you something along the way, but we ended up getting tangled up in another weird mess again. At least there wasn't any real danger. Were our travels like this back then too? Well, for me the biggest difference was my attitude, I suppose. To be honest, I was a bit disappointed back then, and wanted to go for a walk. A really long one. I heard it from the other Rimbilitonian operators. You would have been even more famous here. Well, yeah. It was because of that cage incident. But after everything was said and done, I followed you and Amir on that trip, and to everyone else it seemed like I'd ghosted them. By the time I returned, they'd mostly forgotten about the whole deal. Which is exactly what I wanted. At the time, I saw businessmen signing contracts to develop the mines for the people of Rimbilliton, but they turned around and threw us into cages, same way predators in the wild snatch their meals. But I'm even sadder about the ones who promised to protect our land together, swearing not to let the old Duke strip us of our dignity. Some people, as soon as they tasted wealth and status, turned out no different from the businessmen and robber barons. Just thinking about it makes me want to swing my hammer around and smash their glass houses to bits. Please calm down, Savage. Oh, I'm so sorry, Doctor. I didn't mean to scare you. It feels crazy to be telling this story again. In any case, I was absolutely furious at the time. I couldn't stand that feeling, like people were suddenly plucked out of their own skin, made to become completely different people. That look in their distant eyes didn't seem like any way you'd ever look at a friend. To sum it all up, I can't trust them anymore. and so I have trouble understanding certain others. Might I, by any chance, know one such individual? Yeah. Don't worry about it. My hammer's just for protecting you. You and Amir both gave me your answers. Amir already told me she's willing to go down that path and doesn't regret it at all. I can see how heavily that burden sits on her shoulders, but now all I can do is try to help her carry some of that burden. As for you, Doctor. Ooh, flashbang. This isn't right, Calzit. What are you planning here? What are you playing at here? What happened to Amir's body? How could you leave a child as long as her to suffer this? Tell me, was this the doctor's decision? Is she nothing but a pawn to the doctor? I wanted you to swear to it. I couldn't shake the doubts that I had, but I also wanted to have faith in you, so I asked for a vow. You promised that after you took Amir from Rimbilliton, that you'd do your best to treat her with kindness and let her grow up healthy and free. Yeah, I know. There's no use asking for answers from an amnesiac doctor. How about you, Kauji? Are you waiting too? Alright, two can play at that game. Time will tell all. The same goes for you, Doctor. If there's anything you need from me, please let me know. Point into the distance. Already? Oh, that's right. She's been sitting there all night. Doctor, you're trying to say that she's a threat? Or is your assessment something altogether different? I'm guessing I pointed to Ray. It's gotten late. Why don't you warm yourself by the fire? If anything, you should go rest and replenish your stamina, since you were the one who got hurt today. Warmy made a ton of food and Alana already put it away in the truck. I can go grab it and heat some up for you if you'd like. She's quite the chef, you know. I'd feel bad for you if you missed out. How's she doing? She's fine now. Actually, you should go see her yourself. Thank you. All of you. But I felt her pain. I always thought I didn't fear pain, but now I can't stop trembling. The woman holding the weapon is not shaking at all. She simply stares into the night sky as if she dares not avert her eyes or look anywhere else. I've seen infected burn themselves to ash. Sometimes the only choice for those infected who can no longer be saved is to send them away. Something like that should never happen to Warmy. I feel so terrible. From the very beginning, I was the reason why the truck went off route. Yeah, Alana told me everything. Do you want to turn around and leave? No. But at least I should. Good enough for me. I mean, even the doctor's interested in that Farron mutt you mentioned now. The stars sure are beautiful, aren't they? You've been staring at them for a while now. I can't say. All I know is they're far away. Far, far away, and shimmering in the darkness. It's slightly better than staring just at the darkness. Are you afraid of the dark? No, it's always so dark in the mines that I've long since gotten used to it. The mines, huh? Well, I guess you probably don't care too much then, huh? I totally get you. I used to work underground as a security officer, and it was always stuffy as hell. I always know that sometimes people are too afraid to look at the things around them because they don't want to be sad, and so they look up into the sky. What about you? What do you see? What are you looking for? Why'd you decide to go truck jacking in the first place? Alright. I think that was Savage's big story moment. I feel like I don't know much about Savage. Is there a different story that leads into this one that explains um Savage's first meeting of Amir and the Doctor? Because I feel like they were referencing a lot there, and I'm not aware of it. Grinning mineshaft. The curtains in the shack are slightly shorter than the windows. Before the furnaces heat up, the machines start to turn and the city itself awakens. The first pinpricks of dawn light prod at anyone still asleep. And yet, I've never fixed those curtains. In a daze, still foggy from sleep, those rays show me a momentary trick of the light, an immense shadow. Head still whirling, caught right at that point where my sleep-addled brain doesn't know who I even am. The lights get me up. I ought to tidy up my things and head out already. I haven't seen her in any other events either. Dang. Maybe I'll read her bio after this. I don't think I've unlocked too much of her bio though, because I don't use her. Labourers scurry all about, rushing to the mines before they even open. All so that they can get the good jobs before they're gone. Let's go, Sandbeast. He's so cute. Hey, not there. You forgot already. That mine there already hired some safety specialists. We'll go try our luck at the northwest side today. So she's a safety specialist. Slowly stretches its back fin. Struth, the one that big must be full grown, yeah? Yep. Don't often see a pit sinker's sandbeast grow that big. Your luck's not half bad. Could be. You'll need a little truck this time. If you can get down this shaft today, rules say I pay you double. You have to take the extra goodies out yourself, of course. Alright, lead the way. Whoa, hold it. That's it, no questions asked. You don't look like a hothead new hand. You hear double pay and sign on the dotted line. A catastrophe's torn up the land for a few hundred clicks out west the past few days. Big earthquakes. It's got the Originium crystals in our mineshaft multiplying like mad. An absolute mess down there. You got all that? Yeah, got it. You're not taking me seriously here. Awful foolish. Or are you trying to say that you're really some kind of specialist? Seeing this sort of thing every day? Specialist? I wouldn't go that far. I've just spent a few years pit sinking. I'll play it safe. If I died, there'd be no one to take care of my sandbeast. Should have figured. A safety specialist wouldn't go about looking for work in the first place. Alright, I've said everything I need to say. Fingerless Ollie, quit drinking and get prepping. Safety rope's got to be on her nice and tight before we drop her down. So what, she drops down and clears out the the Originium? I don't know what other people think when they say mineshaft. The pounding echoes, the moist stench, the boiling hot air, the bitterness of sweat on your tongue. Maybe that sort of thing. I'm a pit sinker. Every day before the miners get to work, I go down the shaft to scout the conditions. Alone. This early, the shaft's nothing but darkness. The mine cage descends. The voices up top slowly fade away, and the everything around me gets eaten up by the dark. And that's when my senses get keen. I'm no fan of the pitch black, but the feeling of darkness is the one thing that's most familiar. Pit sinker, what's it like down there? Sandbeast's back fin is raised, but its veins haven't changed color. Standard response. Should be safe for the time being. Is the map current? We haven't had time to mark out the new shaft yet, but the major chambers haven't changed. Alright. What was that? Infused Originium slug. Handled it. But it's not a good sign. We almost never see the explodey critters down the mine. Things might be even worse than we expected. I gotta remind you, when you're at that depth, you move forward a little bit further and there's no signal. Yep. If something happens down here, I'll come back to report. It's getting darker. The seal on the sluice gate holding back the water is still in decent condition, and the channel's not blocked, still operating normally. What else do I need to check? Iridium crystal growth range and activity? The condition of the support struts, whether or not they're at risk of collapse. The condition of the drains, whether or not they might leak. Also the air quality, whether or not there's a chance of toxic gas leakage. Watch your step, Sandbeast. Wait, she was after a new Sandbeast. Does that mean her old Sandbeast died? Uh-oh. The lights down this way are broken too. Can't really see anything with only my headlamp. Sandbeast, help me take a peek. The ventilation shaft's been pierced by an iridium crystal. Floors covered in fragments and the crystal surface is still thin. This one's only just emerged. But there is but total darkness. It looks like there's huge cavities on the back of the support struts. Were they burnt away? Or perhaps bored clean? It's crawling with iridium slugs. But there is but total darkness. What? There's water pooling above, not yet showing signs of seepage, but there's abnormal airflow in the water. Bubbles are coming up mighty strong. But there is but total darkness. Your back fin, it's covered in iridium dust. The color of the blood vessels. Toxic gas leak. We've got to go. Oh. Getting hauled back up to the surface from the bottom of the mine takes yonks. I never did figure out exactly how long, but chinning up and looking out into the distance was enough for me. I think this when other pit sinkers would count the rocks they managed to haul up. Didn't matter how much ore you took out. Mine owners didn't really care. Only those very small, privately run mines would seek out temporary pit sinkers, drilling ever deeper shafts, extracting ever more valuable iridium ore, the bottoms of the mines ever more dangerous. You're still with me, right, Sandbeast? No haul for me today. Although there might still be infected critters about, I put away my weapon to have a hand free. Despite this, operating the sluice gate one-handed is really tough. Eats up a lot of time. I do my best to run out, feeling Sandbeast's lowered back fin pricking my arm. This was the first Sandbeast I bought. I remember 2 years back when I bought it. The shopkeep gave me a piece of colored paper and a folded photo. He told me that the way the lantern light looks passing through the capillaries in the Sandbeast back fin tells you the mine's air quality. It's been a pretty handy detection method. This time, before I fell out of breath, I recognized that dazzling dark violet on Sandbeast's body. He told me that with a fella this sensitive, the life lost wouldn't have to be mine. Captain, raise the cage if you would. We're heading back up now, Sandbeast. I got a pretty decent pay packet. Could use it to buy that new feed they put out. We could also go see a doctor. Gotta keep you healthy. Time was, the folks in the mine wouldn't tell me if things were dangerous, or ask me if I really wanted to go into the pit. They could wait until I was lifted back up to the surface, watch how I breathed, look at the color of the blood in my nicks and scratches. As the cage rises, I can't hear Sandbeast breathing over the blowing of the wind and the rumbling of the machines. It isn't moving. Oh no. All I can do is chin up and look out into the distance. No! After a while, the darkness begins to crack open just a tad. I can tell it isn't just some trick of the eye from spending too long in the dark, and it definitely isn't me hallucinating. It's daylight. You'll be alright. I feel like I've always been waiting for this moment. When we're up top, breathing in that fresh air, getting some sun, we'll be alright. Like that fantasy I've been holding on tight for. Look, it's the entrance. It comes to me that the after effects of the earthquake catastrophes are still ongoing, what with all the dust and sand in the air. There's no daylight at the entrance. Checking on a sand beast is real simple. If the membranes of the back fin have increased blood flow, it shows that the poison's already had time to accumulate in the body. If sand beast kills over, then I'll just have to buy a new one. I've still got 2 sacks of feed in the house. People can't eat it. Tomorrow morning, I'm thinking of checking out a mine in another direction. Tomorrow morning. It'll be alright once daybreak comes. Where's your sand beast? Popped its socks? Well, that's not good. We don't want any pit sinker who doesn't come with their own sand beast. Those things were basically born to die. If you're not willing to part with the money to buy a new one, you'll quickly meet your end down in the pit. And you're infected too. Ooh, look, we can't afford that sort of hassle here. No answer? You deaf or something? Or you just some fool bugger who got our sand beast killed? Alright, get going. Better not see you again. Medicine for sand beasts? I don't have any. And to be honest, I've never even heard of such a thing. Well, you don't always take meds for your average cold, right? There's even fewer people who would want to give them to a sand beast. Best to just buy a new one. These little fellas don't live long anyway, but I can guarantee that this lot were born real healthy. Won't die of the sickness before you get to the pit. If you're not going to buy, best get out of my store then. I'll say it once more, there's no medicine for sand beasts, it's just common sense. You were going to buy a sand beast to get a pit sinker without even knowing the basics. If the sand beast dies and you don't, that's called a good day. She's trying to keep her sand beast alive. Sand beast, I didn't... Daybreak. The dawn light weaves between the bars of the empty beast cage before it stabs her, ending a long, long nightmare. And yet it's hardly an improvement. Never mind. Hear me out, empty cage. I didn't get it killed. I tried my best, but when you're down in the pit it runs into toxic gas. The whole point of the sand beast is to see how the air's doing. Deep in the pit where it's always darkest. Why am I shaking? Aww. Aww. Mate, do you know which one of these transport trucks is heading out first? Oh, wow. So her sand beast died and then she was just like, screw this place. This place is crap. Get me out of here. You want to go see it? Yeah. I still remember where I first saw it. Just need to head back thereabouts to find it again. I still remember the ray of light. Other than the dark, what should I be feeling for? You will remember. It actually rescued me. Let me keep living on. It exists, right? Yeah, it exists. The sand beast is talking to her? The sand beast opens its eyes. Wait, sand beast, where are you going? To find the thing you want to find. You can bring me there. No, it's no good if it's just me. But I've only got... Whoa, let go. Hood. Hood? Is the doctor... Oh. Why is it holding onto the doctor's hood so tightly? Atop the rock wall among the sand dunes, streams of water flow out from holes all about, converging into a pool in the center. Please let go. If you don't, it's going to tear. The rock walls and stone columns come together to form a rocky barrier, blocking the oncoming sandstorm and protecting those on its leeward side. Hey, sand beast, Bet you haven't eaten one of these before. It's a radish biscuit. The general goods storekeeper mentioned it before, and the animal almanac wrote about it too. So it's this kind of place. A sand beast digging itself out of a small hole. 2 sand beasts leaning against a branch. 3 sand beasts soaking in the pool. No, 4, 5, even more than that. Their back fins are all arced, their blood vessels showing a healthy glow. This here is sourberry pie. We've got some grass pot crispy crust too. It looks like the sand beasts get along with me a lot better than the doctor. Amia, help me figure something out here. I keep patting its head, but it won't let go. Why? Why are there so many sand beasts living here? There's even more sand beasts jumping up there. Doctor, try not to get overwhelmed. Yeah, let me have a try. Oh, I knew Ray would figure it out. The way that you chased after those sand beasts just now, I told everyone you're definitely a little critter lover. Just now? It looks like Ray didn't realize we've been following her all this way. We really just got off the truck for a break, waiting for the braking device to cool down, but then we saw you were looking like you were in some kind of daze when you got off. We were worried, so... Sorry. Keep calm, Doctor. Try not to move too much. Wow. That was a huge sneeze. It let go. That was using a pointy leaf to poke around the holes on its sand beast's back, to tickle it. Thanks, I can finally think straight again. Alright, little fellas, you're all safe. Run along now. That sand beast reaction is pretty simple to explain. They use their back fins to support their breathing, and are very sensitive to changes in airflow and temperature. These sand beasts are the ones bred in captivity are just as small. Look like cubs around 3 to 4 months old. They should grow up to be pretty chunky and live for a decent amount of years. What about the one with you, Ray? Now that I can give you a proper look in the rays of light, your coat's a bit brighter than I thought. My mistake. Though I have to ask, why are you following me? Oi! I've been looking for you lot for half the day. Why'd you all run this way anyway? What are all these critters doing here? What are they? Sand beasts. I know they're sand beasts. These things... No, that's not important right now. Doctor, didn't you say you could actually read the data from the survey equipment atop the truck? That doohickey's pumping out fluctuating data. 99 times out of 100, whatever it says doesn't happen. I don't understand a thing about the pattern it spits out. Ever get back to the truck. Eh? He's saying it could be a catastrophe. The doctor looked into it. The catastrophe messenger who was on the truck with us for a little while had a very limited survey range. We can't rely on that data to provide us an accurate picture of the situation. And since the doctor's judgment says to leave as soon as possible and not to try to take cover here, that means that we still have time. Alright, got it. Well, let's get a move on before the catastrophe wrecks everything here. The farther the better. Oh, is she gonna think about all the sand cub things? The sand beasts? Everything here? Wait, is she gonna like Pied Piper them back to the truck? Phew, from running over to tell you lot the news, then running back. I gotta say. Whew. I gotta say that I definitely broke the factory district record. Potlid, did you manage to get my time? You need to time your own runs, Lance. Wait for the others next time. You guys were playing with the sand beast too long. Turned you into slowpokes. I can wait, sure, but the catastrophe won't. Come on, be a good girl. Start up already. Dr. Amia, you two ready? I'm all set. The doctor ran too hard. Still isn't up for talking. Right, yes, I understand. The doctor says I'm all set too. Alrighty, if everyone's buckled up, off we go. Toodaloo, catastrophe. Ray's not there. Will we be alright going at this speed? Definitely not a problem. The only thing overtaking me now is myself at top speed. A little catastrophe cloud like that, in your dreams, mate. That's good to hear. Huh? Doctor, what are you trying to say? Hey, wait, Ray? Oh, that's right, where's Ray? I can't believe they forgot about Ray. How can you forget about Ray? My god. I don't think she made it on. Eh? She's gonna have an army with her. Ugh. It's okay, Sandbeast. We can still make it. The catastrophe isn't here yet. It's just that the sandstorm's picking up now. But I can still make it through the wind. I can find somewhere safe for you fellas. Vigilantly digging into the soil. Right, I know Sandbeast can't talk. It was just a hallucination or something there. Come here. Black clouds about to hit. Won't be able to see too much soon. Or I could become that somewhere safe for you lot. There's nothing else we can do. Even if the sandstorm's huge, all we can do is rush right through it. It's got to be hard on that kid Rayella. Oh, her full name's Rayella? Her first time coming along and we run into this shitstorm. You lot, come lend me a hand. Lift up her legs. This little lady's whole body is burning hot, and her feet are covered in blisters too. She's far too young for this. I don't think she can walk the rest of the way. Let's go. We better decide which way to get out of here already. I'm familiar with this sense of weariness and despair. The wind and sand presses down upon me. All I see is darkness. My feet feel full of lead. The adults carried me on their backs. I could feel their flagging stride as it fought against the raging wind. No, this is a catastrophe. I remember. Alana said a catastrophe was coming. So this is originium dust then, not just regular dust. It smells like the pit. The catastrophe will destroy the rock wall, pollute the pool. Those sand beasts will have nowhere to go. I won't let them suffer that. Pulling them, carrying them, holding on to them, whistling again and again to call any other sand beasts following along behind them all. And then all I remember is being shaken about like a rag doll. How many sand beasts did I manage to protect with my body? I heard a bizarre whistling sound go past my ear. It seemed like there was someone whistling for me, guiding the little critters. Eh? Row. Eh? You... Wait a sec. I'm on your backs? Oh wait, is she like collapsed and they're now carrying her? Where are you all carrying me? I'm familiar with this sense of weariness and despair. Whenever the shadow of the firmament appeared in my memories, it was always accompanied by a vast, empty wasteland. I was with the team fighting against the sandy squall, walking towards where the sun rose. Yellow sand filled the sky, smothering out all the color of the newborn sun. Yellow-white, muddled yellow, grey-yellow, until it all became deep and darkest black. In the end, we managed to make it to nightfall, covered in the darkness for the second time that day. A thick mist creeped in, and those poor sods who were injured cried out in pain. We were lost. Blood and sweat soaked in my boots, and the blisters on my feet went numb. The adults carried me and kept going forward. The smell of dust in the air, and a mist so thick that you can't see your hand in front of your face. Vague shadows, and in the darkness, light. A cave? Where am I? A great gaping cavern, with bioluminescent organisms emitting light as dim as an old miner's helmet. Myriad creatures rustle about in the shadows behind Ray, making her reflexively raise her crossbow. Several small mounds on the ground scatter and bump into each other, revealing themselves to be sand beasts. Sand beasts? You fellas brought me over here. This isn't just your den, is it? Groups of sand beasts on the ground and atop the walls jump about, guiding her towards a path that leads deeper into the cavern. The stone pillars of the cave slant and cross over each other, protecting the glowing area in the center, like a stone nest built by a giant foul beast. The ground itself is folded and creased, the vestiges of the passing of some unknown creature, cutting off at the entrance of a route leading even further down. The stone beams strewn about are its shed scales, those great piles of soil its rotting dander. The sound of the howling gales outside is already cut off, leaving only a drawn-out whistling to echo throughout this natural sanctuary, establishing an order for the creature who live in the dark. I remember that time when I saw that shadow in the mist the wind brought along a murmur. That sound soothed me and let me forget the pain for a while. Move forwards, Raella. Leave this darkness. You must. Well, why aren't you going ahead, little fellas? What's up ahead? Not wanting to deal with the darkness any more than she has to, she turns on her miner's lamp. Ooh, bright. It's a closed-off cavern. Can't get in here. I could chisel it open. I need to chisel it open. Whoa. Ouch. What? The whistling stops, replaced by a different sound, one whose pitch stretches from the highest highs to the lowest lows, countless syllables intertwined with the bellows of the beast. Ray presses down hard upon her ears, but the echoes still reverberate within her mind. I thought I was just dreaming that there was something poking away at my eyeball. Good grief, this place is twice as likely as it should be. What? Strange. The sand beast is speaking again. Hundreds of sand beasts speaking at the same time. Sand beast? Beast. East. How could I possibly be a sand beast? I swear, first it's a group of little long ears clanging about with their little sticks chiseling away at my brain case. Then they tried to dig into my ears with their little exploding iron pellets. And when they finally got tired and headed off, I managed to actually get some sleep. But I barely even closed my eyes before you came along and woke me up again. What the hell is this? Apologies, little one. I got a bit too stirred up just now and shouted at you. I must have startled you into falling over onto your backside. But given that you were the one who woke me up with your racket and trod on top of my tongue, making me bellow about and make a fool of myself, I'd say we're even. Oh, so it's not a cave, it's a creature. What's that smell? Why does it stink so much? What is this? Get these things away from my nose right now. A hallucination? Hallucination? I assure you I am no hallucination. If I were, I wouldn't be feeling a little bit itchy right now. Fellas, why are you yanking those plants? God, those are my nose hairs, smelly little things. Don't pull that. Achoo! The rock wall splits open, the darkness once more beginning to crack open. Oh, that looks cool. Farrenmutt, are you the one I've been looking for? The giant eye shines like a great gemstone. I wonder if they made this purposely to look like an opal. Because Australia is very famous for its opal mines. Ray has never felt her heart beat this strongly before, thumping about inside her chest. A hunter's daughter, a pit sinker who broke free of the dark, a traveler who chased the light. From then until now, every instant of her reaches out a hand towards that giant eye. What? Baronmutt? You mean me? Well, I quite like the sound of that name. A much mightier name than Sand Beast. I'll have to remember that one. I don't remember who decided to give me a name last time, but after waking from my nap I find that I've completely forgotten it all. I swear it was just a moment or two ago. Ah, forget it. Sleep's more important. Gotta hurry. Say, little one, why did you come looking for me? You saved me. Did I? A sound that's been echoing from deep in my mind. An immense shadow, a light. It was a miracle. You saved my life along with many others. I remember your light. I've always thought it was something right out of a legend. That the thing that saved us was some giant, friendly beast who lived out in the wilderness. But I checked so many animal almanacs, and none of them even mentioned a creature large enough to cast a shadow in my memory, or one that could talk to people. All I know is you were definitely not a hallucination. I just felt that I had to come and find you. I'm sorry, little one, but I'll have to stop you there. As you can see, I have no way of moving my body. Even when those little sand beasts were jumping about in my nostrils, with their horrendously noxious stench, I had no means of removing them. I am trapped in darkness, bound for decades, perhaps centuries. So how, I ask, could I have saved you and the other little ones, as according to you? But if not you, then who? Maybe there's another Ferryman out there in the wilderness. I regret to tell you, little one, that there are no more of my kin about here. What little I know of these wild lands, that much I am sure. Take heart, little one. Do not be so down. If it truly vexes you, perhaps you will feel better if you closed your eyes and took a little nap. Ah, perhaps not, for closing your eyes means being in the dark, and you have a look about you that says that you fear it. All right, I admit I'm not used to consoling people. Well, that's enough out of you. I'm feeling sleepy again. You'd best be on your way now, and make sure to take those smelly little things with you. So he's trapped there. Frickin' Ferrenmutz. In the blink of an eye, the sand beasts beside her are in uproar, coming together to create their bizarre sound once more. Ahead of Ray stands a muddled darkness, so dark that she is unable to tell which way the sand beasts are carrying her. All she feels is that she's getting further and further from the light. Suddenly, from the cavern that quickly fades into the distance, the Ferrenmut's voice rings out once more. Don't mind me, little one. I might not be able to move my body, but that doesn't mean I can't budge a bit. Since you took so much effort to come all this way, I have one more question for you. If I am the Ferrenmut, if I am the light you were seeking. The roiling sound of landslides washes over her and the earth trembles, as if shaken awake by the jab of a pit sinker's crossbow bolt. Considering how far you've had to come to get here, what exactly were you hoping I would help you with? What? Alright, wait, are the Ferrenmuts the, immortals? Like, is the, are the wolves Ferrenmuts from Siracusa? Like, not not people like Texas, but the actual wolves. And the penguin, is he considered Ferrenmut? Dum 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 dum. Ah, they are. Yes, it appears that they are. The wolves are beast lords, I think. They're a step below Ferrenmuts. Oh, a step below. Okay. That's interesting that that guy's just kind of chilling there in the ground and can't move, though. That's strange. Texas is a lupo. Yes. No, the Ferromuts are gods. I don't know what the lords actually are. Have we met any other Ferromuts? The Suis aren't Ferromuts, are they? Because I assume they have lifespans. They're not immortal. Maybe a demigod, but they seem to be ageless. Yeah, I don't think we've run into any others that I can think of. Oh, except... No, the penguin is counted as a beast lord, right? Yeah, I can't think of any others. Doctor, I'm not afraid anymore. They asked me a lot of questions and I told them everything. Our long journey, the places we've been, and whether we had fun or not. But there were a few questions that I found no answers to. Is the doctor looking for something? Why did they all say behind our backs that the things that the doctor wants to see can't ever be seen again? Oh, Kiara, you're right. Kiara. Ah. The Sui siblings are fragments of the Ferromuts. The real Ursula in chapter 13. Ooh, I haven't done 13 yet. I don't even know who Ursula is as a cat. Oh, wait, no, I think I do. Ursula. Does that name seem familiar? Maybe not. Can't ever be seen again. Why did the doctor save me and travel with me? Is this Amia? All drivers, ears both long and short. Oh, wait, what? Oh, ears up. Oh, I get it. All drivers, ears both long and short up. This is guidance for our departure in 6 hours. Watch the catastrophe forecast and drive safe. Don't chase wildlife. Let's get the trucks in and get home early. Well, you don't look so bad, old bones. You should be thankful your last trip is with me. Others probably wouldn't have what it takes to get you fixed. You'd have to sit out there in the boonies in tatters with that hole in the anti-armor blew open, and wait for the engineering team to come to take you apart and haul any usable modules back to the factory for reassembly. That is a very long sentence. Jeez. We need some full stops and some slashy boys or something, man. And me? I wouldn't be able to hand in the truck. The whole thing would have been a bust. Everyone would be making fun of me for that the rest of my life. Emperor, Zaro, and the other wolves, Dolly and Amma, are beast lords. Yeah, yep. I thought the beast lords were immortal. I thought they were. I should have been made fun of the rest of my life. If someone found I was hiding underneath a track when she was killed. Or maybe they are, they're just not as powerful as the Ferromuts. Oh, that kind of thing's not ever gonna happen again. Alright, just one more problem then. I don't have too many mates in the Iron Carrot City. I need to find someone to teach me how to write the accident report. Oi, stop ringing the bell. This truck's not going anywhere. You got the wrong... Coward? Oh, this guy's back. Looks like I got the right one. The gaudy decorations are all gone and it doesn't look like a war broke out in here anymore. Feels a bit strange, actually. Anyway, it's good seeing this thing in one piece. This has to mean that Ray and Warmy are both fine, right? Huh, suppose so. Then let me ask one other thing. Did Ray find the thing she said she was looking for? Of course not. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to bring up painful memories like that. Don't worry about it. It's not really painful for me at all. That said, the hijacker doesn't think it's all that painful for her either. Come to think of it, this really doesn't make any bloody sense. She disappeared halfway through the trip for no reason. Then she showed up where we pulled over to wait for a small catastrophe to pass. She's just like a dumb foul beast who finds herself disorientated after getting carried 1,000 miles away by a catastrophe wind. Then she didn't possibly forget what she's looking for, right? I know there are folks who would run in circles as a kind of contest. And there was this lad who got so dizzy that he fell and knocked his brains out. We might have a worse case on our hands. She told me she met a Ferrenmat. And she said it's not the one she's looking for. Huh. Finally, she even said the Ferrenmat has already told her the thing she's looking for doesn't exist. I feel kind of sorry for her. Really now? I call that finally seeing things clearly. But after that, we did keep heading to the Grinning Valley. We went through all the trouble to make our way there. No way I was going to turn back on our hijacking. Then, how was it? So cool. Too bad it's pretty dangerous there. Coward like you? You won't be seeing it in your lifetime. Ha! Really, I don't suggest you go. If it wasn't for my technique and quick reflexes, the ute would still be stuck in that valley. On our journey back, we had to stop every 2 hours for the old bones to cool down. The union says it's about time it gets standardized, and, well, they have a point. It's been 20 years. You've been driving for 20 years? I never would have guessed. Well, thanks for the vote of confidence in my skills. But I was going to say, I've known this old girl for 20 years. Right, coward, where's my invitation to your wedding? Huh? You might have missed the wedding. Actually, I'm on my honeymoon. And, well, that's over now, as of 10 minutes ago. And Carrot City was going to be our final stop, but I saw your transport when we got to the gates, and all of a sudden I started to think. I wanted the trip to last a little longer. Oh, are you two driving that truckie parked not too far up ahead? Here I thought the driver got the wrong level instead of the logistics channel for their delivery. Something's off, though. Huh, we're driving a delivery truck, all right. Actually, we found our truck when we left the gateway that day. We were thinking of turning back to our engagement ceremony, then somehow we drove to the registration center instead. Then we drove to the open plaza, had our ceremony, and went on our honeymoon. Bugger me dead. Now I remember. What is it? The girl that followed you everywhere. Now I remember where I saw her face. It's the logo on this truck, this face. I knew there was a hardware store that sold old safety valves. Oh right, she was trying to make herself disappear. Do you know why we had to stop every now and then? I'm really sorry. Let me apologize sincerely on her behalf. I'm just kidding. I can't really blame you for this one. This truck should have been upgraded a long time ago. That being said, if you get this last part installed right now, I can get away with 12 fewer sentences on the report. Quick, do you have any of the valves in stock on your transport? We still haven't seen what one of these things actually looks like. Ooh, they have a fancy office. Warmy, is it ready yet? It's still sparking. I'll learn how to use it in a bit. Give me a little bit more time. Once I learn how to use this staff, I'll come out of the room. If you really can't figure it out how to use it, you're free to ask that old caster there again. But I learned so fast both when Lance taught me how to fix cars and when Daddy taught me how to cook. Alright. I thought you'd follow Alana to get the truck returned. I couldn't. Didn't you say you had to finish some other work by noon today to get on that big mining ship of yours? Oh, I could have taken my bike, and I could have given you two a ride to the next stop, too. Thanks, Savage, but I have to leave at some point. Oh, she figured it out. Whoa. Whoa, why did you lean in on the door? Well, simply put, as a security officer, sometimes you gotta block the door and scare people. I got used to doing it. Why is the breeze so warm? Heh, I'm starting to get a handle of how to use the staff. You really figured it out. That's incredible. But let's put an end to your little show here. If you keep heating the air, I'm gonna catch fire. Let's sit here and wait for Alana. Once she's back, I'll take you two to the Rhodes Island landship and see what they can do about your oropathy. All right. Oh, she's got a see-through backpacky thing now. It feels so similar sitting on the seat waiting for somebody. The benches in the waiting area are made of steel. They're so cold and I couldn't get them warm no matter what. If only I knew how to use arts before, I could have warmed the benches without anyone knowing, and Daddy's bones wouldn't have hurt so much. You'll get the chance, Wormy. You still have lots of time to learn how to use your staff before you find your daddy. By then, you'll be able to control your power how you want it. Really? But Ray didn't find the Ferrin Mat in the end, and we didn't really make it to the Grinning Valley. But I've been waiting for Daddy for so long. After everything, I should... This trip was so long. Phew, finally made it. I really got to hand it to that coward. He's really got a knack for writing reports. My, that staff is so pretty. Really got to hand it to me. How is it, Potlid? You all ready? Lance, take a look at this. Here. Okay. This is way too hot all of a sudden. Savage, is it really okay for her to use arts like that? Yeah, it's fine. Well, alright then. Huh. I've had my eyes on this staff for a long time. It just screams Billy industrial aesthetic. I knew it'd be a great fit for you, Potlid. How's that? Now bring on the praises. You're so amazing, Lance. So amazing. It's just, even I'd got it for a long time ago. We didn't have anyone around to teach you how to use it. Besides, I couldn't just put the transport truck down for our delivery address, right? Now then, let's go get you treated. When you see your old man again, we'll let him see a real healthy Potlid with incredible arts. Lance, Huh? Why are you... Alright, let it out. Just grab my clothes and cry. I don't mind. At the very least, you didn't end this journey empty-handed. She actually finally showed, showed her true emotions. Verify the pre-departure supplies order. Get the Originium fuel item deleted. We have more than enough fuel reserves. Hell, we have so much they could come spilling out the tank. What about these orders from individual operators? Who commissioned a messenger to send all these carrots again? I've had it with that sweet smell in the kitchen. I can't take it anymore. This crate's the refined solvent that engineering ordered. This one is the materials for the experiment Closure is putting together for a new line of business. Hello, Amir. Hello, Doctor. This one... Huh? Amir, Doctor, what are you two doing here? Oh, I'm sorry. Are we interrupting the procurement department's work? No, it's fine. It's just... If you're here for the view, I think you have a better time up on the deck. It's pretty noisy here at the logistics channel. Oh, actually, we've kind of got used to noisy environments lately. This noise here actually feels more comfortable. Doctor, let's head further inside. How did your checkup go, Amir? Don't worry, no changes in my vitals. After all, we keep our distance from the active Originium clusters, and we had effective protective measures. But I'd be lying to say I wasn't terrified to see active Originium growing and fragmenting the earth in front of me. It's very Rimbilitan to name that place the Grinning Valley. But when I hear that name now, I don't think I can smile anymore. But maybe when everyone gave it the name Grinning Valley, it was just a natural valley that wasn't yet covered in active Originium. Ray was so sure that she had been there when she was young after all. But over those 10 years, the Originium there rapidly proliferated and made the area unrecognizable. Not even Ray could identify it. Do you think it's a shame? Yeah, we didn't actually make it to the Grinning Valley. All we did was look at it from afar before we had to turn back. It feels kind of like getting ready for a picnic, only for it to rain that day. Don't laugh, Doctor. Oh, right, Doctor. Do you think the Ferrin Mat that Ray was looking for really exists? Yeah, there's a reason she managed to escape the catastrophe. That's good then. Although we didn't make it to our destination, Ray wasn't just suffering a nightmare. Doctor, here's your order. My order? Oh, it's a surprise I ordered for you, Doctor. It's so heavy. It's a small vivarium. Wait, vivarium? Isn't this the thing, Mulesice made on the spaceship? When I walked by the market that day, it suddenly occurred to me that you seemed very interested in Billy fauna all those years ago. When you brought me back to this landship and turned to look at the wilderness, you seemed very lonely. I was still small, but I could tell that it was loneliness. So I thought I wanted to miniaturize and save everything there is in Rimbilliton as a snapshot for you. At the very least, back then, I thought you felt lonely because the landship was a bit empty. Perhaps having some living things around you would make you happier. Of course, Rhodes Island has a botanical garden now, and our databases have a sizable collection of ecological files, so this small vivarium might not be all that useful to you anymore. But I still wanted to fulfill the wish I had as a kid. Thank you, Amir. The way I was then, it was more or less the way you are now. Huh? Pretty different. I'm not lonely at all. It's just after we got back here, I suddenly started to feel sad. We have to get back to preparing for our journey to Victoria. Combat, healing, disaster prevention, and saving lives. Many elite operators have matters to settle, and Dr. Kaushi forbade me from using that title to refer to myself. There's something someone once told me. This path isn't one to reach the end by oneself, and it's not trodden for an outcome or an answer. It's not like you to be pessimistic. Oh, please don't worry, Doctor. I'm fine. I'm not trying to act sentimental. But maybe it's precisely because this path doesn't have an end that we sometimes want to take somebody's hand or reach our hand out to somebody else. As such, life is finite, and life goes on. Come, Doctor. Let me help you get to your vivarium, to your office. I've had enough time to put my feelings in order. Right now, there are still a lot of things I need to figure out and learn. Also, we just had a new operator pass her assessment. I want to go congratulate her. Based on her question for me, though, Rhodes Island doesn't actually need a pit sinker. Oh, did she literally say, do they need a pit sinker? Sniffs. The critter's staring at the vivarium. Is that Ray's sand beast? Yep, the one she's been holding on to since that catastrophe. Hold on. The musk beast in the vivarium. Isn't that what sand beasts like to eat? Come back, sand beast. No eating the doctor's things. Hello, Amir, doctor. Hello, Ray. I heard your assessment went very well. Congratulations. Thank you. I have a Rhodes Island ID badge now. And there's a number on it. Yes, Ray. I love how she's just talking to her like a little kid. Yes, Ray, it does. Yes, Ray. Are you worried about something? No. When the miners went in the shafts, they'd all bring their ID badges. That way, if somebody didn't come back, it's easy to figure out who. But pit sinkers are temporary workers. We don't get ID numbers or badges. Ooh. I like this badge very much. Thanks. No need to thank us. It's what a corporation should do. Besides, if it pleases you, Rhodes Island can be your home from here on out. You see Ray lift her head to stare at Amir all of a sudden. Just like the stare that Amir felt a few days ago when you two walked by her on the street. Right, Ray, why did you suddenly want to come to Rhodes Island? To be a pit sinker? You helped Potlid. I thought I should have helped her too. I can't forget what happened that day, no matter what. And also, I want an answer. When the Ferrenmutt woke up from its centuries-long sleep and asked me what exactly I wanted, all I asked was for him to send me and the Sand Beast to a safe place. At that moment, I felt no regrets about anything, as if being able to see it was more than enough. But I still want to know why I so longed for that light at the time. What exactly is it to me? At that time? Ray, you mean... Ray, are you asking me... why? You quickly realize that Ray is not looking at Amir. Not at all. Eh? The Ferrenmutt. My hallucination. Over 10 years ago, I saw it in the Grinning Valley. At the time, I was with a team of hunters. There was a sandstorm. It was dark and we got lost. I was still pretty short, so I could only see the people around me and their hunting crossbows. After some time, I couldn't walk anymore, and I couldn't see anything clearly. In the end, All I remember seeing was a huge shadow and a ray of pure white light. It was narrow, but it penetrated the sands. I heard a gentle whisper that drowned the howling winds. All of a sudden, I wasn't afraid anymore. Maybe it was just a dream that I had. The only thing I remember after it was waking up in a tent I'd never seen before. But even if it was just a dream, I want to see the hallucination that has been with me all this time. Ah! Wait, what? Amir? Amir? Huh? Wait, she thinks Amir saved her? But Amir would have been like 2. Doctor, Ray's gone. What? Sorry, just now I saw it. Oh, she was connecting into Ray. Oh. You saw what? I saw a Rhodes Island that was freshly dug out and covered by a canvas. It's large. Oh my god, Rhodes Island was the creature. Or I guess back then it was Babel, right? Its large shadow moved slowly through an Originium-covered wilderness in Rimbilliton. The Sarkaz engineering team all had their faces covered to conceal their identities. Their vehicle was loaded with cannons while architectural arts forged blades. The sandstorm was fierce and the road ahead was dark. A long convoy followed Rhodes Island's tracks and marched onwards. This is going to be a long, long road. But to save everyone from their hardships and to prevent an even crueler future, this is our greatest hope. In the sands, the engineering team and a local team of hunters walked past each other. I saw her helping the trapped hunters, even though they were complete strangers. Her, I'm guessing, is going to be Teresa. Hold on, Amir. Whose eyes did you see all that through? Because I think it would be nice if everyone could make it back to their own home. Right, Amir. This landship has its own name. What's more, there's someone here who knows the meaning that was bestowed upon this Rhodes Island when it was given this name. Have you asked the doctor? No, it's not because you're young that the doctor didn't explain it to you. The doctor simply thought it should be us, and those who come after us to define what kind of ship Rhodes Island is. It's fine if the old definition gets left behind in the past. At the very least, I think that line of thinking can at least partially be found in the doctor's silence. Because that is also how the doctor sees the doctor. Knowledge cannot define the doctor. The doctor thinks that the doctor knows nothing. Memories cannot define the doctor either. The doctor's memories could never again be found across these lands. Amir, do you trust the doctor? Right, I do too. And one of the reasons I chose to trust the doctor is because the doctor reached a hand out to you back then. War, perseverance, civilization, hope, the extraordinarily long stretch of time, the burning seas and the faded future. There are many, many thoughts so heavy they are unrecognizable within the doctor's mind. But the doctor made a very simple wish. The very first coordinates that the doctor picked out of that vast loneliness. Amir, this is your home. Perhaps one day, it will be you who will decide what Rhodes Island means. Right. It's only natural to feel scared. This must be very hard, but I really do hope that you won't fear giving the wrong response. Don't be afraid. The idealistic path is unending. That's why it can't be walked all the way to the end by any one person. No matter when and no matter why, if you're scared, you just need to find the people you trust and take their hands. You're scared already? In that case, you can take my hand right now. I'm assuming this is Teresa speaking. Until that day. Doctor, can I do this? Do you trust me? Yeah, I think 100% that was Teresa speaking at the end there. So that was a little bit of a history. Wait, that means Babel hasn't been around for that long, right? Because if Ray was a little kid when she saw it traveling through the sands when it was brand new, so that means Rhodes Islands is probably only what, 15-ish, 15 years old, maybe 10 years old. Huh. Well, there you go. She went searching for a ferromat that whoa, no, she went searching for a mining platform that she thought was a ferromat and actually found a ferromat. Babel probably isn't too much older than Amir. Yeah, true, actually, yeah. And Amir's probably younger than Ray. Ray seems like she's older. I see. Oh, that's almost another roll right there. Ray is 19. Yeah, isn't Amir like 16 though? Isn't she super young? Maybe half a decade more, give or take. Yeah. Alright, well that's that event done. So I still have 4 rolls that I can do against this. Which we will do. This is up till the 23rd, huh? Probably not going to be another story that comes out. Alright, we're going to have to find a random time to do this. Rhodes Island was made in Arknights' memoir when Amir was a kid. Amir should be 17. Right. Right, because the Wizardell cinematic, right? That was basically around the time that it was found. Is that why that place is desert? Wait, was that the Grinning Valley maybe? Oh. Now I'm starting to put 2 and 2 together. Maybe in the Wizardell cinematic that came out when she's fighting the guy, is that the Grinning Valley? Oh, who knows? Maybe we'll find out, maybe we won't. But yeah, hopefully we get Warmy at least. I would very much like to get Ray, but I don't think I can do much about trying to get Ray at this point. We probably went a little bit too deep on Degenbrecher. We probably went a little bit too deep. But oh wait, is that Dark Knight? Oh no, it's Eunestus. Or Black Knight, whatever her name is. See, I don't use Eunestus because she only blocks 1. She's a confusing character to try and use. But yeah, that I think is where we're going to call it. Nice. Another event down, another one done. Cool. Actually, does the shop have any Originium? No, it doesn't. Sag. Big Sag. Eunestus is a tragedy. Yeah. Aurora is probably better. Yeah. Aurora is actually kind of good if you put her with a whole bunch of other freezing people. Just have Gnosis there in front of the Aurora. And then oh no, she has to ult for her freeze, doesn't she? Yeah, okay, she's not that great. Alright, cool. What are we doing tomorrow? My pulls were horrid, but I did get a Degenbrecher potential. You bastard. Oh, I've had such a bad run with rolling lately. I'm hoping I'm breaking that soon. Please. But yeah, so tomorrow, what is the plan for tomorrow? I got Degen in a single ticket. Disgusting. Do we do Weathering Waves tomorrow? I haven't jumped into 1.1 yet. Okay, so it's either going to be Wuthering Waves tomorrow, or it's going to be jumping back into ZZZ and seeing if we can take ZZZ a little bit further. You're going to play some more Zenless, yeah? Yeah, we will see. I don't know. I'll figure it out tomorrow. But it'll be one of those games. It'll either be Weathering Waves or it'll be Zenless Zone Zero. Cool, cool, cool. That is me done for tonight, though. Thank you for watching. And I will catch you guys next time. Cool, cool. Peace.